All right, so we just found out we have a bit of an issue here. We unfortunately have no food on the map. So 0 food, 0 starting sheep, 0 boars, 0 deer, 0 berries. Our map scripter, who shall not be named, but the name rhymes with be east, or somewhat similar to that, forgot to add food to the map. So, we've got 8 players here. We've got 8 kings, and there is still lots of money on the line. And as you all know, $25 per king snipe.
Yes.
It is then $100 for first place, $50 for second, and $25 for third. They paused when there was no food on the map, and then they talked a lot, trying to, decide on what to do. Some were making jokes about testing me, etc. But yes, 8 kings, 8 players. The winner of this will move into the final on Sunday amongst the 4 other community winners, or 3 other community winners and the pros. And then if you snipe enough kings, you can also make the snipers final, which has a lot more money on the line as well. Now, this will be a slower start, so this is fine because this gives us some time to get the proper intros in. We have some big names in here, starting with Schlumpf. Schlumpf was seconds away from winning Regicide Rumble 6. Schlumpf was so close. In fact, we might even have the edit here for YouTube. Oh my god, the petards are on the way! 10 years? 10 years? You gotta somehow take out those trebs. There's no repair villagers. 9 years? 9 years? Schlumpf! Schlumpf! No way, dude! 6 years? He has no repairs! He has no repairs. It's over. It's over. 3, 2.8. The wonder is destroyed, and the king is exposed, and the king will die for Schlumpf. A legendary attempt, but Dogao does it. Schlumpf got his wonder down to 2.8 years, would have beaten the pros, would have been the victor, but he lost, ended up in 3rd place in Regicide Rumble 6, so we bring him back. He's around 1,400 elo. He's playing as the Berbers. In the green, Strode was in previous Regicide Rumbles. Now, Strode, not only that, Strode also is a bit of a meme in the community because of the amount of times he has died with like 50 to 100k gold. Remember, many instances, Strode's been around for a very long time where he died with numerous resources. Now, Strode is also the reason that we added population space to towers, because he once built over 100 bombard towers and camped with them. And I forget if that was one of the games where he died or not, but basically we realized we need to somehow ban towers. Yeah, Strode did it, King Boo did it, other players did it. Now, I gotta point out, Strode picked Georgians and their churches fire arrows. So if Strode wants to camp, he might have found a loophole with the churches, and he might build 1,000,000 churches on the map. So yeah, Strode is the highest elo player in the game. He's under 1,700, but he has been above that, so he could be dangerous. In the gray, we have Rogue, longtime fan and follower playing as the Malay. In the orange, we have Yashiman, longtime follower playing as the Spanish. In the purple, we have LC River, longtime follower, has been around, played in community games, playing as the Persians at 900 elo. In the red, we have King, 1,300 elo. I believe their second community game, and they only started playing them recently, though I could be a bit mistaken. In the yellow, we've got Prince Finnick, again, longtime follower, playing as the Khmer. And then Lightning in their first ever community game. Salutes to Lightning. They've never played in a community game before. It is Regicide Rumble 7. They're on a bugged map with no food. All the viewers are watching, and there's money on the line. So we'll see what Lightning can do playing as the Mongols at 1050 elo. They're talking about doing a toast right now. Prince is talking to everyone, says, I am the humble king of the Khmer Empire. We like farms anywhere. Did you know that it is historical accurate of the devs that my people can go into our home? Everyone just chatting. Everyone's allied. And we're going to have a significantly slower start because there was no normal food. So, we'll have some time to get into it. But, again, I really think this is a wonder victory map. Because if you want to properly trade, you can't find near the benefit. Like, you can't get to the corner of the map. You can't trade easily. Even if you trade from your base, it's going to, like, path through the middle, which makes it vulnerable. So, I could be wrong on this, but, like, I think the story of this game is players are going to focus on Diplo at the start, and then 1 or 2 people are going to try and take the win for themselves. And this is maybe a very weird reference, but I don't know how many people have watched, like, the Tour de France, right? But my dad loves that and, you know, is watched it his entire life. And it's like, you know, this was one of those games where you might have 1 or 2 people try and break away from the peloton, right? They might try and get out in front. And it's like, can they do it on their own, or are they going to be caught by the pack? I don't know. If I had to guess, that's kind of how I think this game is going to go, just because of my experience with the maps here. So pay attention. For those that watch the entirety of these events, pay attention to the amount of chat in the community games, and then how much chat happens in the expert games. Like, no offense to my wonderful community here, but I can't shut you guys up. Look how many messages are happening. How am I supposed to track this? This is insane. It's non-stop, bro. It never stops. And they're talking to each other right now. King's like, hey, how are you doing? Strode is saying to Red, like, we might be far away, but we'll thrive together. Oh, actually a big deal. Strode is actually scouting them. So it's not shared exploration. You have to get to Feudal Age and build a market. Strode is actually verifying where people are. And this isn't auto scout or anything. So that's really smart, I think. Also, I think, like, Strode and Schlump being next to each other, the 2 S's are going to be a real problem. Like, these guys, you have Schlump, who has been successful in many community games and Regicide Rumble. He knows some tricks. And then Strode as well. Like, I think there's going to be a lot to see between these two. Also think it bodes kind of well for Lightning that he's next to Schlump and not Strode. Now, Strode is... It's weird because I have like 10 years of memories watching him play community games. He's not as aggressive as he used to be in these games, and he loves the Diplo now. So he's talking about great trade routes and everything, which is maybe believable, but if I were in my first community game, I wouldn't want to be next to the top guy because I wouldn't want to lose my king and be the first person to go down here. So, but it doesn't really seem like anyone has skipped chat. Like, I think, did Lightning say anything? The only word that Lightning said this game is hungry, I think, because King said, how are you doing? Or somebody said, how are you doing? And he just said hungry. So I don't know if that means hungry for kings or what. But cool. Well, guys, welcome in everyone watching on YouTube. Thank you ever watching on Twitch. What's up, Violent? Thank you for the 18 months. Snow Sean Skate, welcome back, dude. Silver, Ran Rock. Let's lock in. Let's have a good event. Should point out there's only 4 tiles of stone and 4 tiles of gold in your little bubble here. So you do need to move to the middle on this map. And Schlump... My favorite thing about Schlump, and I'm not trying to make fun of someone who doesn't have English as their first language, because I can't speak any other languages, so I'm actually very jealous. But I'm a big fan of typos, and he consistently has very similar typos. I love it. I don't know. Anyone who has typos, I just really like to cast. Where are you, my friend? LC saying bottom. And Strode reaching out to Teal as well. Strode likes to really make everyone feel high and mighty here. He says, hello there, Lightning, leader of the Mongol horde. He says, and now Strode goes to orange. I noticed that we have some superb options for an alliance. Gray talking about trade already.
Yes.
I mean, if you can get a team that actually puts in the work to undercut here, if you're in it for the long haul, you're never turning on them in the early stages, right? Like, if you collectively cut all that, you don't want to undo your hard work by starting a fight there. So maybe what you do if you're gray is you get like blue to be the other one to cut. And then you just kind of lock that down as your team, maybe. Hey T90, I'm new to this Royal Rumble. Can you please explain the game mode, please? Are you actually new? I will explain. You got to kill kings. $25 per king kill. And prize pool payouts for the top positions. Django 91, I thought had been around a long time. But there you go. $25 per king kill. $100 for first. $50 for second. And $25 for third. So in a community game, it's like, okay, your alliance means something. Because you're a man of honor. But when you really start to think about it, $25 is $25. True, no relics on the map either. So no relic victory, but I guess wonder victory is doable. I mean, in the end, it works out. It just slowed down our start. It's just kind of funny that there's no food. Also, I think there were supposed to be foxes on this map. There's also 0 foxes. So, like, no animals. No animals were harmed in the making of this video. T90, I've been in your community a long time, just new to Regicide Rumble. Ah, okay. Sorry, people are constantly saying they're new and they're not. I wasn't sure. But yeah, it's money on the line for every single game. If you snipe a lot of kings, you might be back for the snipers final on Sunday. And yeah, if you win the game, if you're first place, no matter how you do it, you will be back for the grand final as well. I actually should be clarifying that when I allow entries into these games, that you guys need to be available on Sunday, right? I haven't been saying that, but I need to probably say that. So for the next game, if you're thinking of playing, you got to be available on Sunday, because we can't have someone be in here and then like earn their spot in the final and then not be available for that final, right?
Yes.
It doesn't seem like there's going to be any big like fights or anything early. I mean, there's no relics to fight over. There's no boars to fight over. There's no sheep to fight over. T90, can I purchase a spot? Yeah, the bidding starts at $3,000. But the link is below the stream. You go. That's where the bidding starts. Actually, no. There's no. You can't purchase this spot. I'm a man of honor. A prime corner spot you have, says Lightning. Lightning may be talking about Blue's little trading position here. Capture rate also seems to be bugged, because look at it shows the old Dark Age foundation. And the houses too. What's going on in this game, dude? See that? You want to remember what life used to look like. Is that everybody? Yeah. It does some weird things with the trees as well. So I just got to keep that in mind. I've had this happen before. I don't know exactly why this is happening. It might have something to do with the map. Yes. Could be the fog of war for some weird fog of war bug. Might be factoring in what they saw before. Maybe when the markets come up, that won't happen. Yeah, it looks like no, it's still happening. So I don't fully understand why that's happening. Yeah, Ferox and anyone else who's wondering, the chat is now fixed. The devs pushed out a patch for us. And so these can be believed. Strode reaches out to yellow. I will say the thing that I was reminded of yesterday, because now in Regicide Rumble, this is like serious, right? Like everyone's really involved. And no one wants to be a jerk for content because there's money. So how do you have that one or two, like, why does the first person get attacked? And I think it's just the person who doesn't respond to some of the big names. So, like, right here, Strode was just reaching out to Yellow. Yellow didn't immediately respond. Now Yellow, it seems, is talking to others. So, okay, now they are actually chatting. So, I don't know. But, like, we saw yesterday, one or two people just straight up don't respond at all. And then they're like, okay, this person hasn't been kind to me. Let's kill them. So, let's see. Usually bloodshed doesn't happen until the 50th or 60th minute. And especially on this map when you can be so defensive, that's probably going to be delayed. Yeah, or you get attacked if you're stupid and you leave your king out in the open. But no one has really been too stupid here, so. Is that rude, by the way? To say stupid? Is that too aggressive? That was maybe too aggressive. Let's say foolish. Let's say ill-advised. Stupid is a bit much. Don't name the... No, don't name the name. Wait, hold on. They're in chat. They said no, 11. Wait, no that you don't want us to call you stupid? Or no that you were kind of stupid? Unsatisfactory, yes. I'd give that a 4 out of 10. You can, man. Ah, dude, see, you're such a legend. That's one of my requirements for people I'm friends with in real life is they have to be able to call themselves stupid, you know? So, it looks like we'd get along well. But it's very easy to forget about your king. Like, when you're watching, everyone knows, like, don't forget about your king. But it's very easy to... What is Yellow doing right now? What is Yellow... Yellow's got an interesting outpost strategy. Yellow is placing outposts and then walling in the outpost with palisades. Never really seen that before. That's a lot of extra clicks. That's kind of stressing me out just thinking about it. Oh my goodness, especially because Yellow's going to do that over the entire map, apparently. Okay. Schlumpf is starting something here. And Schlumpf probably wise to go to Lightning because Lightning doesn't have a lot of community game experience. Schlumpf says, I think Strode is playing bad, so he is not target. He is highest elo. We could go for a snipe already now, but I think it would put a target on our back. Yeah, I think Schlumpf is trying to, you know, start some rapport. And he doesn't want to do it with Strode because, you know, for reasons we explained. Strode is good. Strode's been above 1600 elo before. Maybe I exaggerated when I said he was 2K before, but he's been up there. I know that. And now Schlumpf goes over to Strode and says, Strode, may I put market here? Gray, may I put market here? And Strode says, most certainly. Again, Strode has come a long way from his hoard the gold, 100k gold, million bombard towers, no diplomacy chat days. He likes to have some fun now. Good spirits. He says, I shall also cut to corner, and Finnick and Lightning are on our side as well. Well, that serves Schlumpf's purposes perfectly, because he was already working with Lightning. Rogue is not a bad ally to have on the other side, because I think the Malay are not that dangerous, and 1,000 elo players also not as dangerous as maybe some others. So this might be the team of 4 in the north. Just thinking through how that will work, and it could easily turn into the team of 4 in the south, though Prince has been awfully chatty with Strode across the way. Interesting. This will be an interesting situation. Some people get really annoyed with this type of behavior, because if Yellow turns on Teal, then obviously Teal gets screwed. So experienced players might go to Yellow and say, bro, why are you doing that? I don't think Teal should, by the way. I think Teal just needs to let it happen. This is a trust exercise. You just gotta let it happen. And do the same yourself. Build a castle right next to it, and then that's like mutually assured destruction. Less likely that Yellow will turn on you then. Yeah, bottom side hasn't been as chatty. You're absolutely right. Which is fine, as long as there's some chat later on. And Strode says, hello, Lord of the Malay. And Prince is talking to Strode a lot, which is a bit weird because, like, if they're going to trade together, Strode is directly across the middle, which is not usually ideal. T90, how do you decide on the maps to use for Regicide Rumble? Just kind of talk about it. I like to have a variety of different types of games. So, like, you don't want every game to have the same meta, right? So, like, this one, I was thinking of all the maps would be the highest possibility for a very, very long game. And also maybe a wonder victory. Because, you know, you could play more defensive in the woodlines. Now, the no food thing was just a bug because the map scripter who should not be named apparently forgot to add the food to the maps, which is fine. It's just fine. It's all good. We got through it, but yeah, that part was unintended. Just kind of how it goes. King says, I want bottom corner to top left. Will cute. All right. Well, red is going to be cute, which I think means cut. And so probably wants to go this way to this way, which would incorporate yellow. That's the weird thing, right? Like, King is saying this to yellow. And yellow's like, bro, I don't need an onager. I've got ballista elephants, and yellow's got a unit designed to do just this. So yellow making their way through the trees. To be honest, though, it's a lot... Like, I think I'm just lazy, but that's a lot of clicks. I would need double crossbow. That way there's extra trees getting hit. Otherwise, I'm probably going onager anyways. I'm such a hypocrite, though, because if I saw a Khmer player research onager to cut the trees, I'd be like, why are you doing that? You got ballistas. But it might still make sense, because onagers just cut so much more space. Juggaman says, I wonder if a sub 100 elo would survive to the 1 hour mark. Well, you got to think about it, right? Like, that 100 elo player might be an easy 25 bucks. But if you kill the 100 elo player, you are the biggest bully. You're a massive bully. And then no one's going to want to work with you because... And then, like, you also don't get the fan favorite vote because after this game, you guys get to give an extra $25 to someone. Actually, that's not true. Like, 10% of people out there are like, yeah, get the money, kill the noob, right? But I don't think that's enough to get, like, the community vote, so... I know certain people out there... Yeah, I was going to say Varian. And Varian... I was like, I really don't want to call random chatters out. I've already made jokes about the map scripter. I probably should stop. And then Varian chimes in. Yeah, some people are just like that. This is what I mean about onager. It cuts a lot of space. And Papa Viki killed the noob and won the vote. I guess that's true. It's not about how you start, I guess. It's how you finish in the end. People will forget a lot of atrocities as long as you start doing the right thing at a certain point. Strode, only 66 vills. Strode is trying to play like a noob. I swear, there's no way. Highest elo players only at 66 vills. Strode is like intentionally looking soft right now, so he doesn't get like bullied or picked on or later on, which is not a bad strat to be honest. But it would be really bad. Like, what if someone just goes and kills him? He's banking on them just not attacking him, I guess. Strode says, is this to everybody? Yeah, wait, no, everyone except one person. I don't feel like looking at all those dots, but my greetings. I shall cut through the forest for the most optimal of trade lines. Who is he not talking to? It feels like he's trying to talk to everyone. Because it has his own dot in there. He's not talking to purple. To LC. I know LC drops a lot of memes in the Discord, but did LC... Ooh. Mods, can we look in the... Hear me out. Let's look in the meme channel and see if LC ever made a Strode meme. Can we sort by that? That would be funny. What if Strode saw the memes? That would be interesting. Trade is running through the middle of the map. But eventually the trade might start running corner to corner here. Military count is pretty low. Doesn't look like anyone's going to go for the easy snipe yet. Mongol player massing Mangadai. I mean, Mongols are one of the best civs. The very best civs. I think Spanish is also in the conversation. Really like those civs. Khmer as well, very strong. Honestly, all these civs are good. I just, no offense, Rogue, I just don't love the melee. They don't have, like, any super costly tanky units. It's all about things being cheap. So, like, if you don't have good trade, it's good. But, like, I think the idea of these games, you want to have the trade. You want to have the resources. I guess, honestly, I would just spam elephants. Elephants and arbalest. And then, sometimes these games, everyone does lose their trade. And then the melee can be very strong. Could be more of a comfort pick thing. LC says, hey, King says, hey, LC, let me know if my farms are in the way. It's a bit tough for me with King's name because there's been many people with Kings in their name. It's coming back to me. I'm getting some deja vu about this guy. This guy's been chatting a lot. Might have been in more community games than I initially remembered. I like the communication to people on like what he's going to do. He's telling yellow and purple exactly what's up, making sure everyone's good. I think he's going to be a good ally there. So upgrades are coming in. Yeah, the civs get picked lowest elo to highest. So the first civ choice would have been LC. Now, guys, do you remember LC from a YouTube video before? Because we had an upload, and I'm so mad at myself. I don't remember if it was LC or another chatter. But wasn't there an upload? The title was like 2,975 crossbows or something. And this person just played Persians. They got Commander on, and they just sent crossbow after crossbow to their death against siege onagers, and eventually won. Was that LC or was that somebody else? No, that was somebody else. That was another player. It was Tudpool. Yeah. Tudpool. Okay. I like to be able to give people their credit, you know. That's why we've got the legend title. The legend title sticks a little bit more. There's been one legend already earned in Regicide Rumble 7. And we'll see if there's another legend this week. But, man, I mean, it was a slow start, but they've really built up their economies now. Everyone except for Strode, really. Strode's at 106 vills, which is still lower than everyone else. But he's cutting a wide open space here. And then he can have a very, very safe trade and also very successful trade. Yeah, I think in many ways it's strategic from Strode. Start off slow, be bottom score. People won't think you're a bully. He'll know my intro is going to be Strode did this, Strode did that. And Xerax says, when do they start fighting? Well, when do you want to start fighting? Because once you start fighting, you never stop. And right now, LC's the only one with over 10,000 gold. You start a fight right now, $25 is $25. $25 is $25, sorry, excuse me. But, like, then you're in a worldwide conflict for an hour or two or three. And so I think people just don't want to take any risks right now. They want to bank up resources while they can, and then when the fighting begins, it's like, especially now, because the trade is running through everyone's base. It's in the middle. Like, everyone's trade is exposed. So it's extremely risky to start a conflict. Unless there's an easy king to kill, which there's really not right now. No one's pulled the deuce move from yesterday. No one has their king out in the farm. This dude's king was just like out here basking in the sun. It was so funny. Everyone's getting their technologies now. And Red. You can tell Red's focused on all the other things like military buildings and eco because Red is not cut nearly as successfully as Strode. Cutting trees with onagers takes a lot of time. Only 20k gold left on the map and less than 1,000 stone left on the map. Wow. And green is doing something in the middle here. Might have like a peace square or something. But I was not expecting the gold to disappear. There's more wood on this map than any of the others. But yeah, stone is soon going to be all gone. So I guess either there hasn't been much stone or they've just mined a lot of it. I guess there's been less than other maps. A Schlump asking, do you need anything to Orange? And we'll see if Orange responds. Orange is on the opposite side. King is asking Prince if this is okay. And Prince has also continued to cut. I mean, that's a lot of work to eventually meet all this together. Red says, damn, this takes long. Yeah, it takes forever. But the idea is there's an eventual payoff, right? You know what would be pretty cool? It's probably bad diplomacy. But what if you're the one who does the cutting for the trade routes, you should charge entry for other people's trade here. So imagine you do this and you say, alas, I have completed the most epic trade route possible in the land. You can bring your markets here and trade in this area for 3,000 gold per 10 minutes. Or I don't know, that might be a little steep. Yeah, you just gotta... You might want to open it up both directions, though. Because you don't really want the trade... Like, they're not going to want the trade running through fortifications in your base. Actually, Strode might do that. He says, my trade emporium is open and ready for business, fellow kings. It doesn't look like he's charging anything either. So he's just being a nice guy. King keeps asking Yellow what the plan is, and Yellow's not really responding. I think King is paranoid, like everybody. Yellow's dropping the markets, trying to place some stuff. Yeah, Yellow's King might also come to this corner here. Guys, imagine if you cut here and then try Wonder Victory. It's so hard for them to access you. I'm willing to put gifted subs on the line that we have wonders in this game. How many wonders do I think will be built? That's the question. I'm pretty confident. I'm going to say there's 3 wonders. If there's not 3 wonders, at least, I'll give 25 subs to the stream. But I think someone's going to start it off. There'll probably be an attack initially. 1, 2, maybe 3 people will die. Maybe even 4. And then it's like people are going to start to camp up and really go for those wonders. Here comes the trade. The trade emporium is flowing for Strode. But it is kind of weaving around. I don't know who he's trading to, but it's kind of taking a weird turn here. I don't know why Strode did this, but he's probably going to say something in the future. Red says, what's the plan? Yellow says, I don't know. What are you feeling? Red says, finishing this trade route, but it's taking too long. And then Prince says, what shall we do, Alliance? Prince is speaking to Teal, to Red, and to Purple. And there goes Purple cutting as well now. This is the most disjointed trade route ever down here. This must be like some government project. We got like one, no one's communicating properly. They're all just, this is crazy, dude. We got this section, but it's not even linked up to this section because these guys got completely different directions from a completely different job. And then you got these guys down here. Like, what is this, man? This is like, are we ever going to connect or what? I guess that's why you got to worry about yourself like Green has done over here. Bradle says, I work for my local government. It's true, unfortunately. Yep. Yeah, we all know it's true. And in real life, we can't research banking to not have to pay taxes for this baloney either. Crazy. Is that the king? That is the king for yellow. Okay. So technically, the king is no way out. But also for them to get in, they'd have to either cut the trees or run through yellow's ballista elephants. And Star Wars, yeah, in chat says private companies are not any better at this. Well, I'm going to consider Strode the private company of this game. And we'll see how it goes. Strode is the private company. The southern teams are the private, are the government workers. I think Green is getting a little worried here. He says, say Gray, not near my castles, please. Like, Gray's got military, and Strode has been going for the slow start technique, and he does not want Gray to attack him yet. So look at the even get paranoid, starting to gate up a little bit. And Yellow's pointing out that Gray's got elephants. It's one of those things. It is a war game. It's not a bad thing to make military. But again, if you start to make military even too early, people will... And you're not talking to them, they might think you're going to use those units against you. And Blue saw that, and Blue goes to Gray and says, not too sure. Got any plans? And Gray says, not really. That's why I'm asking. And Blue says, 11, okay. Okay, markets are up at least. So that's good. Red is still cutting. This needs a wider gap. It's traffic jam. Also really bothers me that Yellow's market's not on the edge of the map. Because you could be getting a couple more gold per trip. Oh, man. I mean, give Strode a lot of credit. He made a very wide path. He foreseed the pathing issues. Schlumpf says, I mean, we can keep the peace until every tree is cut, and then do a team victory, and then never, ever, ever get to play for T90 again. Yeah, dude, don't go till every tree is cut. Team victory? No. This would be the last Regicide Rumble game ever. Fight, eventually. We got 2 million trees left. That would take a long time. They're joking, obviously. They think they're being funny. Gray says, we can't let that happen. Yeah. Let's look stockpiles here. There's the stockpiles. Now, I want you to pay attention to the stone. People have bought stone. The prices have got to be high now because they've been out of stone for a while. And look, Rogue just bought a whole new castle. I think while the going is good, while you have the income from trade, you might just want to jack up the rates of stone and buy. It's not a bad strat. Also, with the way this game is going and how dehydrated I am, I'm going to chug some water here. But chat, I want you to predict the winner. If you had to put all your marbles on someone right now, and I know you've got a lot of marbles, who would you bet on to win this game? Schlumpf almost won the entirety of Regicide Rumble 6. I think Schlumpf has got to be one of the front runners. But then there's Strode. Strode's got a really unique strategy. He's the highest ranked player. Seems like he's up to something. Maybe one of those two. Maybe Prince down here with the Khmer. Khmer had like one of the best win rates in previous Regicide Rumbles. Really tough to break those elephants if there's not many Siege Onager civs. There's only 2 Siege Onager civs in the entire game. Khmer could actually be ridiculous then. Okay, they've opened this. Red's markets are up. You could tell Red just got tired of cutting, so it won't even get to purple. They're chatting a little bit because they know this is going to be the time for war. And Rogue says, let's go after Papa Schlumpf. He says this to Strode. He says this to Yashaman. He says this to LC. And now Schlumpf is talking to Gray separately about Persians. He sees Persians. If he can spam those Ellies, we're all dead. Which is actually true. Persians are insane as well. And Rogue's like, well, I have elephants too. And Strode is like still roleplay chatting. I'm most excellent. How about yourself? Guys, Strode and Yellow chatting is still wild because they're on opposite sides. Like, Strode is actually trading here. So there's some familiarity there. They want to be together, but the way the world spawned didn't put them next to each other. God, imagine if there was war. All this trade is dead. Like, there's, like, no safe trade. Does anyone have safe trade? Strode's isn't even safe because it's running through the middle. You want it to run from this corner to, like, here or something. Like, down here to orange. Okay, LC chatting. And LC is snitching. He says, by the way, Gray just suggested you. Schlumpf says, really? He was just speaking to me. Honestly, I think Blue might think that LC is lying. Because they were just talking.
Yes.
They gotta sort this out. Schlumpf says, I think trying to hint that I should attack you. He was just speaking to me about not chatting to you. I think trying to hint that I should attack you. No, Schlumpf, you were hinting that No, that is also not true. Okay. So yeah, it was Schlumpf telling Gray that they should attack purple. And now purple has gone to blue. It's like, hey, Gray said to attack you. Maybe. So there's a little bit going on there. Prince says, being the first to attack is scary. I'd like everyone who says, what are they waiting for? To read that message. There's $25 on the line. There's a lot of pressure. And again, once the fighting begins, it never stops. You ideally are going to be part of a strong team and not be focused on here. It is the diplomacy that matters. And Red is double checking that everything's good with purple. Again, here are the stockpiles. It's actually not that much gold. Like, If you have over 10K, I think you're ready. But there's only 2 people that do. Okay. So this is interesting. So we customize these maps to give population space for towers. For this Regicide Rumble, we made it so it's half of population space per tower. That way, like, you could actually build some of them. But Strode is one of the main reasons we ever did this in the first place. And Strode is placing a lot of tower foundations. Like, so this is what, 11 towers? So that quick math is 5.5 pop space he can't access. So he's the reason we did this, and he's doing it anyways. We shouldn't have cut it down to half, I guess. So this is the strat that he's known for, is like full trade boom. He's got 103 trade, and then he buys the stone. Let's actually turn on trade events. Yes! This is Strode. He's not even going to try and hide it. This is just who he is. He's just buying stone for crazy prices. And if you dominate the trade and have the best trade routes, you can afford more stone than everyone, and then you can afford more towers, and then you cannot be killed. I think Strode is 100% going for a wonder victory, and he's hoping to price everybody out of this. But yeah, it's just all about the trade and the gold workers. And he continues to buy stone. I'm not going to leave market events on for much longer because it can get really annoying to pop up, but it's his strat.
Attack the enemy with war galleys.
Strode, I think if he was top score right now, people would be more scared of him. So his slow start technique is pretty smart. King says to Schlump, hey, long time no speak. Our little deal's still on. What are your thoughts? Schlump says, hey, Red, 100%. I think Strode is planning Wonder Victory in North. I mean, that's a great call out, right? Arbase says we didn't end up doing half pop space. It's all 1 pop space. Oh, wow. So I thought we had done that. Okay, so then if he's got this many towers, I mean, that's like basically like 10 pop he can't access then. I think Strode is preparing Wonder in the North. Just beware. He's saying this to Teal as well. It's so obvious. It's so obvious. It was obvious in the Dark Age that this was going to happen. I already talked about it. I already made sub bets on it. And you could tell the market prices are getting ridiculous, and I'm going to turn them off now. But the point is it's extremely expensive to buy stone right now. Lightning says green is making a nice wonder spot to blue separately. Oh, they actually said the same thing at the same time to each other. And Strode's trying to be like super chill. He's trying to be super friendly. I'm just a nice dude. Look at me. I'm just bottom score. How are you doing, my lord? I'm nice. I'm cheerful. And then it's going to be like, yes. Bam, wonder, and try and take the glory here. Slum says, I just want to say, if I'm almost dead, I will do everything so that you can get the kill. That's 25 bucks right there. That's actually interesting that Slump is offering that. He's basically like, I love you so much that if I'm going to die, I'll make sure I give you the kill. Which is allowed, by the way. It is allowed to an extent. There are some weird rules on that. You can't delete your king because we want someone to get paid. So no deleting of your king. But you can, like, you know, choose how you die in the sense that you can give that money up to somebody else. King has been very chatty. He's talking to Blue now as well. No one's really wanting to take charge, because if you take charge, maybe it's too much power or something. What's up, Hastings? Thank you for the prime. T90, can you attack around your own king? Well, the rules do not allow you to kill your own king intentionally. We did have an instance where John Slow accidentally killed his own king. And the rules stated he couldn't get paid for that. But then all of chat forced me, like, you guys all thought it was so funny and felt so bad for him that I decided I would pay him anyways. But I said I would only pay him if in the invoice tagline it said, for killing my own king. Because I'm too much of a troll. So I was like, I'll break my rule if you type the words into the invoice. And then we paid him. So great times. We'll see John Slow again. Strode messages Gray to delete some stuff. He says, please, I ask of you to delete this. It is blocking all the prosperity we might have. And now King reaches out to Strode. Or no, Strode reaches out to King. Says, hey, if you trade to my side, it is much more efficient and powerful. Lots of chatter, dude. Lots of chatter. Lots of chatter. When's the blood gonna splatter? That's a new phrase. It's interesting. Blue as well is like talking about his king position. He's lying here. He says, my king is in my left tower for now. So he's got a tower there. That is a villager. He's got a better tower back here. Oh, no. He's got multiple towers behind castles. So, wow. This is like super new meta. The old school meta was just like have one unit in every TC and castle. Then people figured out the tower trick. Then they would have like one unit in castles and then have one tower behind. Red is over here. What's he saying? Why is red here? He says, put in middle. I'll be moving around. Then you were always close. Top one done. Is blue allowing him passage to hide military in his castles? Wait, King, I missed this. King says, can I put a few cav archers in your base and same the other way around? That's different. Wow, so like red can basically hide 20 military units in that castle without screen ever seeing. But it's also directly next to where the king actually is for blue.
Yes.
That's weird. King goes to Strode, says, I will decline your trade. Appreciate the offer. Strode says, as you wish. Yes, Strode wants red's trade to go over here so he can kill it. Because the second he turns on him, all the trade's dead. So it's nice from red to decline, but like that's a IQ test right there. Anyone who says yes to that deal, IQ's not high enough. Like that's just too obvious. Slump says, when green goes for wonder, I allow you to come to my base with mangoes to cut trees. Lightning says yes. So, yeah, but the thing is, Strode's crazy, but Strode is not gonna go for wonder when 7 other people are alive. There's no way. Let's look at the market rates. I just knew. I just turned it on. I knew there'd be something here from Strode. So he just paid 639 gold for 100 stone. And I'll just leave it on for a little bit. He's just going to continue to buy. Stonks emote in chat. Speaking of emotes, thank you for the primes and resubs. For those that are not subscribed on Twitch, I am going to run ads soon. Because this game is going to go on for a while. And we're going to have ads in important moments probably. So you're going to, you know, since it's just a boom off right now, I'm going to start the ads here in a second. Just FYI. Yashiman and Gray talking. I don't know if Gray's asking, do you have a target in sight? Or if he's saying, like, I have a target in sight. But, yeah. Let's see. Would you guys trust Strode in game? Look at this guy. Sends a Diplo message, buys stone. Greetings, King Schlumpf. If you make your markets in my corner, you would have more efficient trade. I even left some space for you, my good lord. Dude, you're really piling it on with the good lord. You call me king? All right. My ego's boosted. You call me king and good lord? I don't trust you. Like, I'm having a good day, but I'm not that good. That's too much. Strode says, my apologies if it came over like that. I am honest when I say I meant no harm. I don't trust it. But this one makes it fun. We know Strode's reputation. I think we'll probably do like 2 minutes of ads now or whatever on Twitch. Thank you, Andy Ruski. And yeah, no ads if you sub. Thank you to everyone who has. Let's stockpile update. I mean, Strode's not nearly as rich as he could be. Is it intentional that he has 105 trade workers for the 105 taunt? I feel like with him it could be. But look at how much gold they have. Wood's not going to be a big factor, obviously, because there's wood all over the map for now. But I will say LC, like, LC might be low elo, but Persian war elephants are insane. He's got his king in the corner, which is really good. He's got a pretty nice civ, pretty nice setup right now. It's been quiet. Rogue saying, should we go for purple? Saying this to blue. The 105 taunt is the you can resign again taunt. I think that Strode is just... He just ended up on that number. He deleted a market up here. Maybe because he wants to place another castle. Can you delete one more market for me, says Schlumpf? Because Schlumpf wants to come up here, maybe build a market. Okay, that's very nice of Strode to do that. Alpha welcome. This is the first game of the day. It's going to go from 0 to 100 very quick. Ooh, we missed this. Orange has actually made it to the corner. Ah, okay. So actually, hold up. Whoa! I wonder where Yellow's king is, guys. Any guesses? That's either the safest king on the planet or the least safe king on the planet, because he can never escape. But we've got markets from here down to here, so that's a nice trade route. And then also the markets from here to here. So, yeah, they ended up making it work. I think everyone should be moving their trade from the middle of the map now. Like, blue will probably select these trade carts and send them another direction then. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, lightning is coming this way. And there might not be any harm in this, but lightning has cut a path. Remember, Strode's king is also up there too. I don't know if Strode's going to like that. But maybe Teal just wants to trade that way. On a little narrow corridor there. It feels a lot safer if you make a few more towers in the corner. Yeah, again, though, every tower is one pop. And it's a 200 pop game. So, I don't know how many you want to drop. Obviously, castles don't cost pops, so you probably just want to go castles then, right? It's been a trade-heavy game. We've truly been testing the trade pathing here, and it's been pretty good. Military count is 76, 71, 52 for the top 3 with military. Yes. They've got army. They're not showing it all, but they're kind of ready to go. They just need others on board. Wait, is Strode's trade going this way now? So what's the pathing on this? It comes through here, and then does he trade down to this corner? Like, I don't know if I would want that. All of Green's trade is going this way now. Is it going through the middle of the map? I think maybe he sent some to both sides. That way it's like you split the difference. If you lose some trade, you don't lose all trade, maybe. It's based on the distance between the markets. So this big area here, creating that blockage, would mean that it's probably less efficient, but there's the military count. Ironic, but the players that are favored to win this game, blue and green, are at 0 and 5 military. They're just soaking up as much eco as possible. Yep, they have the highest eco count. And the second there's going to be fighting, they're going to delete all their vills, and they're going to make a bunch of military. King says to Lightning, it's too quiet. Who are your friends? I want to move towards gray/orange. Gray says purple must be punished. Blue says, what did he do? What did he do? What did purple do? Gray's mad. Gray's mad. Is that war? Oh my god, we've got war. And LC, I at least realized they were about to make a move. LC is going to turn. He's got the elite battle elephants. And we're going to have Prince here as well. Prince is turned on red. Oh my god, so all of red's trade is going to go down now. And we've got a big battle. This does exclude green and blue in the north. But now the war begins. Lightning says to blue, I'm going to watch this and stay out. Green will be problems. Probably smart for Lightning to stay out of this for now. I might have missed something. I'm not really sure what purple did to gray. Maybe it was purple advancing in certain positions, but... And we know red's involved now. And red is going to fight with purple. So it's basically red and purple against orange and gray right now. We don't have anyone else joining in. Yeah, and I guess maybe... No, yellow's here as well. So it is 3 against 2. Yeah, so yellow, red, purple. Gray and green might want to ask Strode for help here. If I know Strode, if he receives that request, he might just ask for resources. But here's the thing, guys. You have elephants if you're the Malay, but they're just worse than the Khmer elephants. And then you have elephants if you're the Malay, and it's even worse than the Persian elephants. So your units are just worse. And Spanish are good, like Paladin's strong and all that, but like I think numbers is going to be a real issue here. And purple's just sending in the elephants this way. Now the king is in there for orange. Purple research treason to try and get to him. It's in that tower on the edge of the map. And there's no trebs yet. So with no trebs, maybe these elephants won't break through. That is a lot of fortifications, but it's also a lot of elephant. And now teal is here, and teal's going to turn on orange. Not looking good for gray. Not looking good for orange right now, is it? Also, red trying to run through. Feels like red really wants the payout here. Red really wants some money. Maybe the cav archers are actually going into the trade routes. Imagine if you make it into the trade route and they don't notice. That could be a smart play. Purple made it through the wall. I think orange's king is still going to be fine. But here come the Mongol siege rams. And yeah, Rogue and Yashiman. This is why it's like you don't want to be the first people ganged up on, right? That's why everyone was so hesitant, and that's what's happening to them now.
Yes.
Strode and Schlumpf are going to talk. Strode says, Lord Schlumpf, what are your ideas on the current situation? The war is terrifying me. These two are so full of it. They're going to play their whole Diplo game. They're both going to be full of it, okay? They're both going to act like they're not ready to fight, like they're not good enough for war, when we all know that they are going to be the most prepared. We've got tons of resources. Not really for Strode, to be honest. But that's because he bought so much stone. Oh my god. Wow. The elephants almost took down that castle. Schlump says, I don't like that they are going for top score. He says that to green. He says, that makes me next. Do you have any plans? And we'll wait to see what Strode says. Red did get into the trade, by the way. Red is a beast. This is a next level play. A lot of people get tunnel vision on kings. I know that it didn't kill that much trade, but that's a really good move. That's like a proper team game move right there. Gray says, ironically, well, that worked out nicely so far. And, yeah. I think he's realizing that this has not worked well for them at all. And you would need help. You'd need to ask somebody, but like only having orange would be a problem. You need to have Strode involved. And Strode has not been involved at all. Nor do I think that he said he was going to be honest. Yeah, red and yellow. Wait, what happened over here? Weren't red and yellow turned on each other for a time? They're allied again now? I kind of forgot about that. I think there was a misclick involved. Anyways. Chad, am I crazy or were they attacking each other for like a minute or two? They were, right? At the start of the conflict. I'm guessing maybe they sorted out their differences. And yellow said he misclicked. Yeah, maybe he clicked the wrong one. But they both lost a lot of trade because of that. Let's check stockpiles for orange. It's not great. Only 1,000 golds for gray. It is 15k. Gray could maybe hold on a while longer here. But I think, like, the top two in the north, I think they're just going to wait it out and get a feel. Like, Strode's starting to cue some military, but, like, they're not really... They don't want to get involved. King says, just passing Strode to stall some cav archers in Gray's trade, then I will go away. Strode says, very well. King says, only if you approve, of course. And Strode says, of course, but I must warn you against purple. King says you're the best. Yeah, Strode's paying attention, and that's smart from Red to ask him for this, because it is into Strode's base. And yeah, this is just going to affect the long term for this team's ability to defend. Slump speaking to Green now. Says, I guess we make sure that the alliance teal, purple, and red and yellow can be broken. What are your thoughts on it? And Strode is saying to Red as well that he's also worried about purple. Yeah, I mean, purple is going to be a problem eventually. What they could do is they could use purple. They kill off orange. That's how I think this is going to go. They kill off orange and gray. They fight over the prize pool there to try and get the money. And then if they're worried about purple, they just turn all the attention on purple. And that's where you might have blue and green join in. So far, this is working for Slump and Strode, because they've not been part of the conflicts. Strode says to Red, are you spending a lot to help with the war he dragged you into? Just be careful, okay? Strode's trying to be supportive of Red. And that's good communication. But yeah, any trade that was going this way for this team is dead now, because Red is through here. So they're going to run completely dry here. Nice hold from Gray. Sick hold from Gray and from Orange. Not really against 4 players. They're against 3, but really nice holds. But you can't hold without gold. And there will be no gold income whatsoever for Gray. And Orange as well. I think the gold is going to run dry. Yellow speaks for the first time in a while. Says to Green, my friend, I would like to request to turn Orange and Gray to enemy. He's asking Strode this from across the map. I thought Yellow was already going to do that. Gray is asking Schlump for help. I was wondering when Gray and Orange were going to ask anyone for help. I think what Schlump will do is he'll probably just do the whole classic fund foreign wars thing. And he's probably just going to send resources. But not help, like, physically, right? Thank you for the hype trains, guys. I'm seeing this all on Twitch right now. Thank you very much. Schlump asking Strode. He says, Gray just asked me to help. What do you say, Lord Strode? Strode says, Yellow just did to me. Schlump and Strode seem like the best of pals, to be honest. They seem like they trust each other. Seadrams and Mangadai have made it through. Remember, $25 per King Snipe. Orange did find the trade route situation. We'll clear that up. And Strode says, to be sure, let's move part of your trade from here to my markets. So I think before they do anything, they're going to move some trade. I think Orange is going to die. Orange is going to die. And Gray will follow. Gray's got more gold bank to spam elephants, but they're not getting any help. And Yashiman is saying, I need help with purple, but, like, they're not going to get it. Not in time. It doesn't seem like it. If there was interest in helping, I think they would have received the help, right? They're just talking about their trade routes. They're not too worried about the fact that these two are going to go down. And so, Orange and Gray just have the regrettable position. They just kind of spend every resource they can to stay alive, but nothing's changing right now. Strode goes to Yellow, because Yellow wants to help over here. And Strode says, quite frankly, why are you fighting for a war only purple will benefit from? So he doesn't want Yellow to help down here because he's scared of purple. Which is a pretty fair argument, I guess, if you think purple's the most dangerous player. Also, every time I think Gray's gonna die, he comes back! Dude, this is amazing from Rogue. Oh my goodness. Yashiman could use some help, though. Strode says to Yellow, just be careful. Don't let purple play you. He's got some very strong units and top score. Yeah, but, like, you also have to remember, top score is because of active fighting. So if you're not actively fighting, then you're not going to have a lot of score. And LC has been very active. And the units are strong, it's true. Purple probably doesn't have that much gold. It's only 6,000. Strode is 6k stone, by the way. King is 35k gold. Slump is 40k gold. Lightning's got 16k. Lots of gold in the bank right now. Yellow's not getting involved because his lord, his guide, Strode, has told him to stay out of it. How come blue is top score? Blue is top score because of the res bank. So, like, you have fighting and you have resources in the bank that give you score, which is why the hack for score is to do what Strode's doing and buy stone, because you don't bank a lot of res comparatively, right? Like, if you spend 1,000 gold for 100 stone, you're like, I don't know if it's correct to say you're money laundering, but like, you're score laundering. You're like tricking people into thinking you're in a worse position than you are. That was a weird explanation, but I think you guys probably get it. Having resin bank is working on score T90? Yeah, exactly. So your score is based on res in the bank. Blue's score right now is because blue has most amount of wood, most amount of food, and third most amount of gold. Like, blue's got 200,000 resources almost in the bank, and blue hasn't taken any fights yet. There's other things that incorporates, like, there's a lot of factors that are incorporated, but Strode says publicly, I just realized I forgot handcart. Whoops. And laughs. And that's nice little comedic relief, because there's been a lot of war, and there's been a lot of stress, and there's been a lot of heartbreak. But honestly, respect to Gray and respect to Orange. They've held on. They're actually doing it. Like, it's a tough task to actually push Purple's base, but they're trying, man. So, Prince says Alliance. Gray is holding, but should break soon. No gold. Yeah, Gray had 15k before. Gray is 1k now. But I guess this is a scenario why you pick the melee, because you get two-handed swordsman for only food with this civ. I don't know if that answers Mangadai, though.
Attack the enemy with war galley.
What are your vil counts? I think I have too much. And them talking about the resource bank. I find it interesting, like really, really interesting. So what I thought was going to happen this game is Strode was going to consistently tell everybody Schlumpf can't be trusted. He almost won Regicide Rumble 6. He's going to bank up res and play the late game. And then I thought Schlumpf was going to tell everybody else Strode can't be trusted. He almost won this, that, and the other. He banks res. Like, I thought they were going to be turning the world against the other. But in actuality, what they're doing right now is they're not, like, snitching on the other, basically. They're trusting each other until later in the game. Which I think is really smart for both of them. Because they have better chances to maybe topple the other one if more people are dead. So it's like, it's not really collusion, because I don't think they planned that, but like low-key, they both know the other's the problem, and they're not making that obvious to anyone else. And they're trying, like, purple being a threat right now is like purely because of units. It's the lowest Edel player in the lobby. And purple's starting to struggle a little bit. Also, rather sneaky. Red's got some cav archers down here still. But I don't know if you want to end up killing purple right now. But yeah, purple might get broken here. Purple cannot keep up with this. Red is coming in to try and snipe the siege, though, with the Magyar Hussar. Strode says, Lord Lightning, please be careful with this war. It's like he wants purple to die. He doesn't want purple's... Yeah, look. Strode says, Lord Lightning, be careful with this war. Look at what purple is doing to win his war. Nothing at all. I think purple's trying, but Strode is trying to just get him to die. Like, Strode's like, it is bad if purple receives help. Let's convince yellow and teal to stay out of it. And they're acting like purple's being selfish, when I don't think that's the case. Strode says he is leading you on. He's like, don't help him, bro. Lightning says, I'll join you. He says this to Orange and Gray. I'll join you if you tell me where purple's king is. He allies them, and Yashiman snitches and gives purple up. He's actually giving purple up. Lightning in his first community game ever wants to get 25 bucks minimum. But 25 bucks for purple, and purple's losing control. Now, purple, I think, really should try and diplo their way out of this. Try and, like, talk some people down. I'm not sure if it would work. But obviously, they're, like, trying to defend right now. It looked so good for purple. Slump turns! Slump turns! Slump turns! No! Lightning! They can't be trusted in the north. They cannot be trusted in the north. The reputations are there, guys. The reputations are there, and Schlumpf has done it before. He's done it again. Teal was going for purple. This actually saves purple. Easy money's in the chat. The Camel Archers run home. And, oh, man, that's got to be painful for Lightning. I mean, blue just walked right in with some petards, but it was completely against the run of play. Now, Schlumpf goes to yellow and red and says, sorry, I had to. They might be mad at him. Red says, I understand. Prince says, nice. So they're not actually that upset. Schlumpf justifies it. He says he had armies in his siege workshop. And Prince says, bro, we're still friends, right? And Schlumpf says yes. So sad times for Teal. Oh, man, dude, the heartbreak for Teal. Teal's heart was about to start beating so fast. He was so pumped to go get a king snipe and then just died. So sad. Also, Red still being down here, lingering inside is crazy. Red being up here with Cav Archers is kind of crazy. Red does still have Cav Archers in Slump's vase, but Slump let those Cav Archers there earlier. He had petards. You could see the tail end of that. Blue had petards. And blue is asking where kings are. Let's do a resource update. Purple's got res. Gray is almost no gold. Yashiman is almost no gold. And purple has kind of turned this around a little bit. And now there's no Mongols. But I think purple will at least hold the line. Like, I don't think purple's going to be broken. Let's do my favorite update. Strode buying stone update. I'm going to turn market events on and page up. I guarantee you Strode bought something. Okay, Yashiman is currently filling the screen. Desperate for gold. So, never mind. No Strode purchasing. We're going to leave it on for a little bit. Yashiman is desperate. Selling everything they can. Schlumpf says, great Lord Strode. What are your thoughts? See, the thing is, blue can't move out because Strode will do what he did to Teal. Strode can't move out because blue will do what he just did to Teal. Like, they got to be really careful up here. And they've got their fakes inside the castles and everything. What are your thoughts, Strode? Strode says that your snipe was most excellent. Strode's like, that's a compliment, but Strode's also letting him know, I'm aware. I am aware. Where's purple going? What? Why is purple's king here? Leaving his base. On Fridays, we do Exploding Kings. I'm going to assume that LC has paid attention and knows that this is not Exploding Kings in Regicide Rumble. This is $25 walking around right now. What happened, purple? It feels like it's intentional. Oh my... Wait. He's fleeing, and he's building a castle in Strode's base. Oh my god, but Orange has a Hussar here! Orange has a Hussar here, but he didn't know! Orange knew nothing about that, and the stupid Hussar changes targets. Dude, Strode is gonna say easy money and take the kill. Are you kidding me? LC thinks he can trust Strode? Okay, that's actually safe. Putting it in a dead player's castle is pretty smart. Strode is back here telling everybody to kill purple and let purple die, and purple thinks he can trust Strode. That's funny. But luckily, I mean, that's maybe not a bad play if you think you're gonna lose. Strode might comment on this castle, though. And purple might not feel safe in here. But that's actually... Being in a dead man's castle, it might smell a little bit, but it's fine. It's okay. It'll just... You won't have much company in there. Schlumpf keeps telling Strode, like, we're going to stick together in the end. Red. Upset about something with the trade, I think. Gray researching treason. Maybe looking for the king location of purple. But that's the other thing is, like, You're never going to find that little ping in Teal's castles there. Now orange is on the move. Oh my god, blue is here. Oh my god, Schlumpf wants in one of the finals at the very least. How is he just here? How is he here? He tries to turn. He tries to get the timing. Orange is relocating. And Schlumpf just happens to be lurking around like a bunch of hungry sharks. Orange, you gotta notice this. Orange, you gotta notice this. Orange, where are you going? Orange, you gotta notice this. No, bro, no. He's gonna die and Schlumpf will get king kill number 2. I think. Yes. Wow. $50 in the bank now for Schlumpf. He can't keep getting away with it. And the last words from Orange were, blue, are we not allies? Question mark. Well, you have your answer. Sad times. He was allied with you until he saw your king out in the open. He is paying attention right now. But the thing is like... I don't really understand why Orange left. Maybe he was going to Gray's base, but he went a little bit too far. It was very confusing to me. Schlumpf says, oh, sorry, Orange. I saw the king and the money. And Strode says, who killed Orange? Because he didn't see it. I wonder if Schlumpf will take credit for it. Camel archers are kind of running back home. He wanted to go to the corner. Oh, yeah. Okay, so he wanted to loop all the way around and get to his corner. Yeah, true. Yeah, I can understand the argument. I wonder if there's mods. Like, you know how Capture Age shows the king on the minimap? The normal game doesn't have that as default. I wonder if there's a mod that shows it. Because I feel like if you had a mod that showed it like this, it would make the game way easier. Also, I wonder if anyone has researched spies here. Because, like, Strode's been sitting back. He's been trading. Schlumpf's been sitting back and trading. Like, full-on spies is 30k gold. I feel like Schlumpf could have maybe gone for it. King could go for it. You basically see everything, regardless of who you're allied to. We couldn't see it now because everyone's already allied. Schlumpf admits, he says, it was me, O king. I'm sorry. He had his king in the open. Strode says, you're starting to terrify me, good sir, but fair enough. 25 is 25. And Schlumpf says, guys, I got orange, only gray left. Do you know where purple is? And so Schlumpf is, like, trying to team with these southern guys. Thing is, once gray is gone, like, what's the... Okay, pause for a second. Strode knows he can't trust blue. Strode is not supporting gray. Strode is not supporting orange. What happens when gray dies, guys? It's wonder time. He has no teammates. Like, he has no long-term. He's just letting people die off, and he's going to wait till a certain number of people are left, and he's going for his wonder. The only thing is, the wonder location is not ideal. You do it up here, and blue's, like, right there. You might want to wonder, like, more in your main base.
Yes.
Okay, purple's on the move again. I think purple's going to try and run... Oh, my God. And King is researching treason at this time, too. But I guess King is on purple's team. Purple is... You've gone to the wrong place, my friend. Oh, he's going to this castle. All right, so he's going to go here because it's, like, off to the side, and it's a castle that he owns. So, I mean, Schlumpf was just talking about where his king is. That is better than going to Strode. Red is coming in looking for gray. Red would love to get a king snipe. Red's had a great game. Red's been extremely active. Red's done most of the fighting, but Red doesn't have any money to pay for it, and that is just a waste. Too many castles. You need to take that down. I like the energy from Red. Gray pushing the Persian player, which benefits the two kings in the north. Strode says to blue, by the way, I think I will turn on purple soon. He says their alliance is too powerful. Okay, interesting moment in the game. Actually, one of the most pivotal moments of this game is LC goes to Gray, who needs help, and says, want to call a peace deal. If Gray says yes to this, this game gets a lot more interesting. Because clearly, everyone's just like hoping purple and gray eventually die. Gray says, yeah, I'm wiped. Perfect play. That is the perfect play. How many times do we see people just be stubborn and then they just get nothing from it. They're allied now. So now what are Strode and Slumph going to do? They're just going to sit back and watch this other war happen? I guess red is still fighting gray and whatnot, but I think purple should tell red. And actually, maybe the conversation shifts a little bit if they remember the reputations from blue and green, but they might not know because green's score hack has been crazy. Green's still got 8,500 stone and is buying more. Like, every time I see it, the prices are going up and up and up. Finnick just bought 400 stone for 5k gold a couple minutes ago. Prices are insanely high. Schlumpf says, do we save Gray? I think he's almost dead. Well, if Schlumpf gets one more king snipe, Schlumpf is likely in the sniper's final at the very least. So that's going to be a motivating factor here. So is Gray going to go from, like, everyone, like, no one caring about him to everyone caring about him except red? All blue, the only fighting blue has done has been, like, king snipes. The only fighting Strode has done is with the trees creating the trade routes. Strode doesn't kill a single unit. Right? Strode has killed 9 units, and I don't know when that was. So, yeah. But no one seems to have issue with it. And Strode says, King, I ask you to cease hostilities against Gray. Gray's about to win the diplomacy lottery. Everyone's going to ally him. King says, why? Why should I do that? Why do they want that? I think Strode might want an ally. And Gray is going to turn on yellow now. Remember, yellow was not actively fighting Gray. And so now Gray gets another enemy. Strode says he's dead already, essentially. No more of a threat. And you can delete your dead allies' buildings, guys. And Yashiman was still allied to blue when blue killed Yashiman. So blue is deleting all of orange's base to clear out some space now. Purple says, yeah, I see. I don't know what purple sees, but yellow is giving them a warning. Maybe about this? Any guesses on what the warning was about there? Gray's King? Oh, okay. Gray's King's actually getting pushed. There's rams in there now. The king is in the right castle, though. The cav archers kind of have to hope they don't get targeted. There's not many. But Gray might actually die here, and red might get a king snipe. I feel like the way this day has gone for red has fought so much, red wants some money. King's gonna eject. King's gonna eject. King's gonna eject. King's gonna eject. He gets it. And honestly, deserved. Deserved. King deserves something for this. He's been extremely active as part of the fights. Rogue, I feel bad for. He held on well. But it never looked like it was going to go his way. And so, $25 there for King. This is after... Okay, now Purple's running, by the way. Purple's going to run home because Gray's no longer attacking him. Can he make it? And has Blue been looking at this? Like, what is that castle about? Blue's got units around, man. Blue's units are on the prowl. And I think now Purple is going to try and make it all the way back down to the south. Which I don't want to look away from. Schlumpf is telling everyone who's remaining he will go for Wonder as soon as we attack, so careful, guys. I think they might all turn on Strode now. Worried about Strode going for the Wonder. And then maybe they want Purple alive for that. Yellow sees the king from yellow, signals it. He says, Purple, you're king. And he says this in other people's chat they're seeing the chat messages. He's going through red's base. Yellow's signaling it. Red will get the signals. Red could turn and kill Purple here. Would you do it, guys? I think red would. I think red would. Red says easy money, baby. 25 is 25, and oh, LC, you should have never left your base. You should have never left the comfort of your home. That was never worth it. And yellow kind of outed him there. And that's going to be purple finally dead. 2 king snipes for king as well, who is top scorer. We've got 4 people left. So big reminder now on the placements here. It's $100 for first. It's $50 for second. It's $25 for third. If you get 3 king snipes, you are likely in the snipers final on Sunday. If you win the game, you are in the grand final. And Red says, sorry, can't leave a free king. Yellow says, who did that? And Red says, me. Yellow's too innocent for this world. Yellow watched 25 bucks walk right past him, and he just let it go. He left it on the ground. He didn't pick it up. And then Red picked it up. He's like, thanks for the assist, though, bro. Okay, they're all talking. They're very anti-Strode here. Strode's going to have a crazy amount of fight in him. We just haven't seen it yet. 8k stone. The main question for me is, does Strode, when they attack, or if they attack, does he immediately wonder? I think he should. Where does he wonder? I think you've got to place it, like, here or something. Okay, yellow turns on Strode. Yellow's against Strode. Strode's probably going to have something to say about this. Strode's also been building up stables and buildings around the map. Yellow's the first to turn. Manaspa is starting to come out here for Strode. Strode does have safe trade down to Orange's markets. So his trade route actually continues to be super smooth. It looks like he might be planning on deleting trade, though. This feels like a trade delete move. Blue says, wait, you started attacking? And Yellow's like, yes, I did. Slump was not ready for this. Strode is saying to Red he already turned. King is talking to Strode, saying Yellow wants to attack. But King is saying that he thinks Blue is the bigger threat, so he might actually want to stay with Strode at some capacity. Slump says, Green, can you tell me where Yellow's king is? So Yellow jumped the gun. He went too early, and Blue is not ready for this. And Red is going over to Blue now. Says, hey, is our deal still standing? First Green, then Yellow, then 1v1. Slump says yes, 100, question mark. I 100 is in like 100%. I don't know exactly what that means. There's a lot of Diplo chat right now. Yellow's king is in the corner, and it's like kind of impossible to get to be honest. And Yellow's camping it. So I don't know if you're going to get that. Now Prince goes to Red. There's a lot of different directions for these messages. It says we could do Blue after Green.
Yes.
I mean, that's not a bad game plan. I think the bigger thing here, no one can decide who they want to team with. Nobody fully trusts a squad here.
Yes.
So I don't know. I find it interesting Blue's trade just stopped. Because I think he's got enough gold where he wants the pop space. He's got 35k gold. He also has just enough stones, so a wonder is always an option. King also has just enough stones, so a wonder is always an option. Prince also has just enough stones, so a wonder is always an option. All 4 players have an option for a wonder. And sometimes when a wonder starts, everyone jumps in and they also build their own. I did predict 3 this game, and I put subs on the line, so I'd like to see some wonders to make my prediction look strong. Yellow, can you tell me where his king is? I will try and go for the snipe if that's okay. He says his king, so Red might think Blue's accidentally talking about him. But I think they're going to signal a little bit. And they seem to be talking about Green, obviously. Does Strode have enough vills to build a wonder fast now? That's a great factor. It's a great question. He's got 74 trade and 150 eco. So yeah, he does. He does. He's got crazy amounts of vills. Eco counts are pretty strong for everyone left. They don't have very strong army counts. Gray's army, I wish someone would delete or kill that because that's going to show in our top 3 for military. Yellow's ballistas were coming out of hiding, and now they're going back. Strode has not been very chatty. Red's going to Green and says, sorry, Green, have to turn. And Strode just turns on him. And they're signaling. I think they're going to research trees and to tell Blue where the king is. Yeah, they're all signaling. Yellow and blue are both signaling here. They're trying to find out where the king is. It's in this castle. It's not in the towers. And now Strode goes to blue and says, all right, they turned. Expecting blue to, like, you know, team with him. How do you explain this if you're blue? Here, let me try. Okay, pretend I'm blue. Green. I don't know if you know this, but my camel archers are castle inspectors. They're here to double check the fortifications on your castle. And with me, they brought my trebuchets, which are in castle inspection training mode. So, yeah, we'll be there at 2 o'clock. We'll wander in, just take a little look-see. Don't think that would work. T90, can you make the sound that camels make? No, I'm too professional for that. I would never embarrass myself like that. Elite Manaspa's here. We're about to be reminded of Strode's level. He's played extremely campy. And the campiest map of Regicide Rumble. And he will take down these ballistas at a cost, but he will do it. The king says, blue, can you cut here? We'll snipe his trade at least. And Schlump, I think he's playing intentionally dumb. He says, I don't get SO. Yeah, you don't need Siege Onager to cut trees. You could just use Onager. I think Schlump knows that. I think he doesn't want to make green mad right now. Yeah, red's trying to get into the trade. That's just not going to happen. There's too many castles here. It's never going to work. You'd have to go this way. Look at blue's trade. It's like he's saving them, right? He's saving them because he knows if Strode turns on him, all his trade dies up here. It's a really unique thing. He doesn't want to delete them. He doesn't want to use them because he doesn't know if he can trust Strode yet. So he's just saving them because that's... I mean, how much gold is a trade card? Like 50? And that's 52 trade cards. There's also 3,000 gold in those in the hands of those trade cards. And Strode says, Schlump, you have to make a choice here. Yeah, dude. Schlump is between a rock and a hard place. Schlump doesn't know what to do.
Yes.
Either has to full-on attack Strode, or he actually has to ally Strode. Strode says they will not get away from each other. Yes, they will not, because they're trading together. Yellow and red should always stay together. You stay with your trade routes at this stage. And red is going to get mad. And like yellow, they're all going to get mad at blue if blue doesn't act. Schlump says to green, I'm looking for red's king. Okay, so let's think about this. You look at red's base. We got a couple towers. We got castles. You'd have to really make a good choice. Signal there from Strode. Strode actually signals the wrong one. And he says red king. Also, red had unit. Oh, that's cool. Red had units. He was going to run into the trade route this way. And he hid the units inside purple's castle. Schlump says, is it in tower? And it's... Interesting, actually. It is in the tower. But Strode says castle. So Strode doesn't even know. Strode just guessed. Doesn't Strode have the gold to research treason, though? That's kind of wild. He has the gold to research treason, and actually... I think Strode is, like, lying to screw over Schlump. So if Schlump gets it wrong, then Schlump takes more damage. He's trying to... He knows it's going to be himself and Schlump, so he wants Schlump to commit here. Smart. Someone on YouTube yesterday said this is better than a Netflix series. Better than Game of Thrones. That's a tactic right there. Just block the trade with your cav archers. These cav archers can run somewhat close to the markets, but they still can't really get in the trade there, though. Strode doesn't have any trade exposed. Better than Twilight. Well, I don't know how high the Twilight bar really is, but thank you. Red sending a couple units down here. Schlump says to Red...
Yes.
Red, do you trust me? Red says yes. What if I send 15 camel archers to you to distract green? To make him show your king and look away? While I go for him. Wait, what? I'm trying to figure this out. He wants to send camel archers to Red's base so Red just shows his king as a distraction? That doesn't make any sense. He's like, Red, let me fake kill you. Show me your king. Hey, guys, listen. Can you guys please, like, fake send all your money to my bank account? Just put all the information in and then press confirm. We'll undo it later, okay? But just like fake send all your money to the link below the stream, and then we can do Regicide Rumble 8 without a sponsor and everything. It'd be sick. Oh, man. You know what Red needs? Red needs Threat Locker, man. With Threat Locker, you could see out these malicious attempts of diplomacy on your business. Use the link in the chat. Green's raiding trade. And green is raiding trade way more successfully than yellow and red is, because purple's castles are the ones protecting, and purple is, of course, defeated. So Strode loving life right now. And red has brought an onager because blue has basically refused to do it. And red is going to try and get into Strode's trade. But Strode's trade is locked down, man. And now blue's actually trading again. Would have been crazy if green turned right there. Can you imagine blue waits that long? Oh, and look, he's building a castle. This castle's everything, dude. I've never been this excited about a castle. Except, you know, once or twice with doubt. Guys, now Strode has a worry with his trade if he ever turns on green. Or blue, sorry. So red and yellow are losing their trade. The thing is, red has 80k gold. Yellow has 30k. So they're going to be fine. And they're going to get more military. And blue's trade is running, weirdly enough, down here? And now he's... Oh, he's clicking them back to that market now. So it's going to run from here to here. Yeah, okay. Still no wonder. T90, I sent you all my money. Please respond. I didn't get anything. Thank you for the thought, though. Dingy Ling, welcome back. Silverdog, welcome back. Thank you, Ghost of Yoda. He says, the original Regicide Rumble is what got me back into AoE2 on YouTube about 10 years ago. Dude, thank you so much. Blast from the past. I love to hear it. Thank you. Mace, appreciate it. Arachnia and Adam, Chrisip, Miss Lou, thank you so much for the support, everybody. T90, when 25 subs for chat? Okay, first off, how dare you remember I made a sub bet? Second, there's still plenty of time. If one person starts to build a wonder, there will be other people chiming in. It's just no one wants to be the first person right now, because then all three will turn against them. You said 3 wonders. There's 4 people. There's 4 people, okay? I'm going to come off as a brilliant mastermind of this game once 3 wonders still get built in this game. Oh my god, hello, blue.
No. Yes.
Schlumpf signals this from red. Says red. And red's... Wait, hold on. Was he signaling this or what? Because it looks like he might make a move for Strode. Oh, Strode signaled it and said no. Strode saw that. And he might have locked the gate. It doesn't look like it's locked right now. What is going on over here, man? Schlumpf says, sorry, 11. He noticed. We attack full now. Okay. But wait, where's blue's trade carts? His trade carts are up here. I think blue's gonna... I think he's not gonna attack. But this is kind of what they wanted to do before, right? They wanted, like, red and yellow was ready for blue to attack. Okay, Schlumpf and Strode, they finally turn. And what does Strode do immediately? Speak of the devil. Speak of the devil. Okay, watch. Wait. I want all the compliments. One wonder comes up. Wait for it. These players are far too good. Green will wonder. Someone else will wonder right behind him. And then someone else will wonder right behind him. This is not scripted. This will happen. I'm too good. I'm too good. There's 2. Okay, there's 2. Yellow's gonna wonder as well. He's like, perfect. All the attention will be on Strode. So if the attention's on Strode, I get a head start with mine. And then that is gonna be the immediate trigger for the third person to be like, oh yeah, that's a smart move. Let me jump third in line here. Here we go. It's gonna be 2. Okay. Welcome to diplomacy, guys. It's a completely different world. It's a crazy world. There's its own meta, and everyone in this game has understood it nicely. Waiting for red or waiting for blue now for their wonder. Oh, I'd be so proud of myself if I could call the 3 from here. Red, I'm not gonna lie. I might have to like ban you or something. Bro, build the wonder, my friend. Somebody. Strode is defending. Strode could win with this wonder. Blue was like so ready for this. But this is why you stockpile gold. Green holds. And now green can afford to defend this for some time. And there's red. Yep, there it is. There it is. Yellow's trade. Yeah, there we go. I'm not gonna lie, chat. The last 5 minutes make me feel very good about myself. Because people were calling me out for the sub bet. But I felt like it was always gonna happen. And now it gets interesting because Schlumpf, he might actually die, dude. Schlumpf's king is in this tower. He's right next to Strode. This positioning is really bad. Yellow says it's a race. Schlumpf says yellow why? The thing for blue is he's the only one fighting now. He needs support from red. He needs support from yellow. And they do need to help fast because Strode's wonder is going to complete. And if blue is gone, I don't think they can beat Strode on their own. Strode is really good. Now, full heavy camel and full camel archer is very good unit here. Schlumpf lost all of his trade, but importantly, Strode also loses all of his trade. So Strode only has 30k gold, red is 70k, yellow is 30k, and blue has 40k. No one needs trade. They're super rich. Yellow's wonder will soon complete. And there's the wonder for Strode. The problem for blue is that, like, Manaspa actually do okay against camels. And siege onagers as well in the mix. I think it's way better civ than the Berbers is. Berbers are good for, like, the sneaky snipes that blue was doing before with the camel archers. But, yeah, this is just crazy. Yellow's wonder completes. So, here's the thing, guys. If you're yellow, the ideal year that Strode loses his wonder is as close to 0 as possible. So you want to help because you can't let Strode win, but you don't want to help too fast. Because if you help too fast and you like kill Strode right now, then they all focus on you and then you lose. If you're Strode, it's simple. You just win the game. You know, you just defend yourself. If it's red, it's even more difficult because like red's got to get a move on to really support blue now. But so far, blue is holding. Need to demand yellow deletes his wonder before you help green? I think that's a tough task right now. I think it's too intense to make any demands. There's a time for Diplo and there's a time for war. I think it's a time for war, and you just gotta do your best. Oh my god, what? Call out from chat. Schlumpf says, yellow, delete wonder and help us versus green. Whoa. Whoa. Yo. Talk about there being levels to the diplomacy here, guys. Wow. Yellow will be like, yeah, I'll get right on that. Oh, weird. My delete hotkey won't work. Like, what's blue gonna do? Like, you have no power to make yellow do that. Except for yellow being a bro. But yellow needs to actually commit help. Like, this whole camping with elephants and hoping is like... That could look really foolish if green actually just straight up wins. So, I'm only seeing like 10 military units here from yellow. It's got to be more than that. And Strode actually, I think, should delete all of his... Like, all of his eco should die, and that's fine. Like, you should have enough resources to be 200 army. I guess he can't be 200 army because his towers cost pop space. I will say, it went from 30k gold to 17k gold really fast for Strode. Blue says, guys, this will be too close. We need a full push. Yellow says, I'm sending it all. And he is sending all of one group. And he is massing other things. So I think yellow is on the way. And red is saying we need to mass up first. What's the definition of all? Is there like some weird Prince definition of all that I'm unfamiliar with? Maybe in Prince's world, all is only half. I don't know. Okay, wait. There's movement. There's movement. Your best friend in these situations, guys, is Trebs. And it's expensive, but you really want like 10 of them. So you do big engagement, and then you hope to just swing down one castle at a time. You're tossing away like 10 Trebs per castle, but that's the way to do it. Yellow's making some units. Strode says, blue, you're wasting your time. I'm okay with Strode chatting. Strode can ask everyone how their day's going, what the weather's like, what their opinion is on snakes or pumpernickel bread. I don't care. Like, you just keep them talking at this point. Just distract them. It truly does not matter. No one should really play any games for him now. There's no benefit that I can think of for anyone really teaming with Strode at the moment, right? But you just gotta hope Strode runs out of resources. Big Siege Onager shots. Ooh, blue sees it. We'll focus down the Siege Onager with the castle. Well played. Strode's losing a lot of units. And he's starting to lose castles. And the clock is at... I say clock, but the years is at 258. So less than 100 years have gone by. Strode is 7k gold. I don't know if Strode will do it, man. You know what would be funny? Like, there's a certain level of progress that they'll make on green where yellow's elephants will just start to magically go home. Like, once green's about to go down, yellow's going to immediately hightail it back home, right? Like, look at this long line of Ellies. Red says, this one next yellow, we can make it. Blue, you keep pushing there. Yeah, red's being a bro. This could work out for red, guys. If they kill Strode fast enough, they have time to get to yellow, and then he's next, right? Blue might regret never building their own wonder. Treason now from red. Ballistas will die to Siege Onagers. They'll also kill them pretty quickly, but that's like the best unit to kill the elephants. Yellow. Ah. Yikes, dude. Yikes. I mean, he is killing Manaspa as well. But I guess yellow's going to be back at home with elephants here in a second. Blue will make progress. Red is making progress here. And king is saying we're doing it. And someone yelled king. I don't think the kings are on the move. But the king could be exposed soon from Strode up here, I suppose. Yeah, yellow did enough to distract because red made some progress. Was a rough fight there from Prince. Blue wasn't pushing these castles, which is kind of sad. But he's taking down these. A castle's a castle. 219 years. Guys, in the left corner, king has trebuchets. Or, sorry, rams. Rams are not trebuchets, but he's making siege. Because obviously yellow's next. And right now, yellow's actually helping with the main battle. Blue is actually up here, which is an interesting little maneuver. Taking care of a castle, maybe. Might be able to take care of another one, while still simultaneously pushing here. And red's communicating that and saying, watch out. There's no movement near the king here. Yellow has not seen this. This is kind of tricky, but actually, if you sit cav archers here, I don't think yellow's castle ranges. The wonders don't attack, right? You have to get the timing perfect here if you're king, because if you get it wrong and yellow's needed to kill Strode, then it just looks foolish. I wonder what happens, like, if Strode's wonder goes down and all hell breaks loose, does Strode die or does he stay alive? Also, how long can you sit here before you get called out? Schlump researching treason again. 193 years for Strode. And Prince's blue help with Manaspa. He just keeps losing his units to Manaspa, I guess. I mean, yellow's units are all bumping their way to the front right now. Wonder's not that far away. Oh, blue goes in after the SO! It's worth it to lose those camels to kill the siege onagers, but he didn't. Can he at least take the castle? He'll take the castle at least. Strode gold check. 500 gold. Manaspa going for the Trebs. Trebs are actually going after the Siege Onagers, which is really clutch. Red is also using the Cav Archers to try and take some down as well. Big shots for the Siege Onagers, though, before they go down. And the Trebs for blue are going to get sniped. There's not that much siege over on this side. Red, you got to be careful. You want it so bad. You've got 2 king snipes. You get 1 more. You're probably in the finals on Saturday. Or, sorry, Sunday. Red could be in either final at this point. He could win this game. Could get the Snipers Award. I still not ruling it out that blue's going to make a move against somebody. But they got to take Strode first. Does he not just ram the Wonder? Well, I guess you just ram the Wonder. But if the King's there as well, I was kind of thinking he would snipe the King. Ramming the Wonder probably makes the most sense. Then you don't need any Cav Archers there. But imagine if you do both. Strode losing his castles. Trebs. Deploy your Trebs, people. Deploy your Trebs. Oh, those are Purple's Trebs. How did they get there? King says, hey, blue, after this, I will bleep Wonder. So he's saying he's going to take down yellow's Wonder. Don't tell him. Schlump says, yes, red. I trust you. Guys, this is where blue should send something to red's castle, which is where he thinks the king is because Strode told him that 2 hours ago. If that's how this game is going to go, if Strode is going to go down, and then yellow's going to lose the Wonder, then red is in line for the throne, and blue needs to prep something to potentially kill red after receiving that information. But they have to actually finish the job first. They have to actually finish the job. And I don't know if they have. I mean, they're so close. They're like at the doorstep. They just need 8 more Trebs, and then bam, the Wonder's down. Oh, and Strode is actually... Oh, man. Strode is actually being attacked up here. I don't see any weird sniping armies from Strode. No movement from blue. Red's still sitting there. Yellow hasn't noticed. Strode's castle is being attacked. That's $25 right there. Lots of Rams. Man, King has played like a god, man. He's played so good. So much army. Yellow's here too. Blue's here too. And blue, I think, is... Well, he wants the King. He wants the King. He's looking for Strode. Also, if blue gets another snipe, maybe in the King snipe final. Oh, Strode runs. Strode runs into the towers. He holds. Nice hold. Also holding here as well. Siege Onagers are so valuable. The towers and the castles have taken down the Magyar Hussar. The Siege Onagers will hold. Yellow says, come on. We got this. What that translates to is, I got this. I'm going to win. Mom, I'm going to do it. Because I'm next with the Wonder. Okay, Wonder took some damage there. This might be where Strode falls. It was a nice hold. Still don't know about his King, but the Wonder at least should fall. There's enough siege around. This could be red's time. Technically, you shouldn't, like, rush it. But I would be nervous that he would spot it, so I would do it, like, right away. Because that's only capped ram as well. And Strode, with a legendary performance here. He did a good job with Diplo this game. His Wonder falls. He says, very well, yellow, come collect your kill and your victory. He's saying that, but that doesn't mean that's actually his. Blue is going for it. And red wants it. And who gets it? Yellow gets it. Prince gets 25 bucks. He didn't even know where it was. He says, where? And as he says that, his Wonder goes down, and it could be his King as well. 125 years. Red with the countdown right now. Red should turn on everybody. Red should turn on everyone right now. And everyone's like, what, Red? What have you done? And King apologizes. King, do not stay allied with blue. Do not stay allied with anybody. Trust me on this, pal. I know you can't hear me, but you just need to go for it just like Strode just did. King... I mean, this is the right play from King. There's no hard feelings. It's just business, right? That's the right play. And now they have to gather up and they have to try and take his Wonder down, which honestly is very exposed. Guys, he's got no fortifications. I expected this Wonder to be like amongst a million castles, like back here. It's like I guess he didn't really have time to think about it. But okay, all the military comes home, 108 years, and he's going to be up against elephants. And they've made it to the Wonder already. No. Who's going to win, bro? Who's going to win? Blue's got to get here fast. Red also can't forget about your king or anything. And now Red wants to drop the castles. But Yellow's mad. Yellow says, I'm not even fighting your military. I'm just clicking every elephant I own onto that Wonder. I don't know if that's the play or not, but I like the energy. Red's repairing it. There's a Treb there too, which needs to be sniped. Oh my god. Wonders repair so slowly as well. Is there more siege on the way? If there's Trebs, they do it right now. It's halfway down. I can't believe it. Oh, it's so sad. So sad for King. He had it all labbed out. It was the master plan, and his Wonder lasted like 8 years. Oh my god, bro. I can't believe it. Well, okay. Well, now there's 3. There's no Wonders in the game. If they still have the res, I would consider trying it again. I don't think it's that crazy. No one has the stone for it. No one really has the trade anymore either. Prince is definitely in 3rd place when it comes to resources left. They're talking to each other what they do. Blue and Red are going to ally now. Prince is to Red. Yes, it was fun. I think Prince might want to ally too. It's going to have to be a 2v1. Now, the most important thing in these games, and we see it, is setting up your trade and being able to reboom back into a game. So, will that happen? Because Blue still has the ability to trade from here down to here. Red still has the ability to trade from here, pretty much back where they were before, to Yellow. But they actually have to think of it. Okay, I'm not going to check Slump's gold yet, because I'm guessing he's lying. He says, damn, I lost all my res, only 2k gold left. Yeah, 2k. 2k gold, he says, with 12.5k. Well, actually, maybe he forgot a 1, you know? Maybe he forgot a 1. King says same. Wait, how much does King have? King has 27k. He says to me, I don't know what to do. And Yellow yells a little bit at Red and says, hey, change. Yeah, I think Yellow and Red should just be friends, to be honest. And Schlumpf knows it, too. I think Schlumpf knows he's the target. He says, Yellow, Red is playing you. He allied me and wanted to attack you. This is awkward timing, because King was late to allying him. Who will Prince believe? Who will Prince believe? Red did also take his Wonder down. Slump says, okay, Red, I fight him. But he is, and it's true, he is fighting Yellow, but he doesn't want to fight Yellow. King says, move this Treb, please. I am coming, massing siege. What's going to happen here, guys? What's going to happen? Did Yellow and Red lose all their trade from that brief war? Yeah, 100%. It was running through all their castles and stuff. Like, that's why you typically stick with the people you're trading with forever. Blue's markets actually got Trebed down by Yellow's Trebs, which is hilarious, because Yellow's Trebs are just left over, so Blue can't trade yet. Yellow, Red will just let us fight and take the win in the end. Yes, that is true, maybe, but that's exactly what Blue wants to do with Red against Yellow. Or with Yellow against Red. That's what everyone should want to do, is a 2v1 and then win the 1v1. And Red says, sorry, Yellow. Oh, King says, had to choose. And okay, he made his choice. And Prince, for the second time this game, says Red. And he's like shocked. He's heartbroken. And King says, I am truly sorry. Well, I think Blue should stay out of it. Blue should stay out of it because King might not want his help. right away. And he needs to get his trade set up. So as bad as that sounds, stay out of it. Get your trade set up until whoever thinks you're their ally asks for a little bit of help. Oh, God. King is on the run there for red. King is on the move and moves into that tower. Yeah, yellow's wasting a lot of units here, and yellow doesn't have gold. I think this is maybe the last fight for yellow. Yellow will run out of res here. Yellow is desperately hoping that I would be extremely hype in this moment and that is a king, but that is a villager. And King says, keep pushing, Blue. I distract.
Yes.
Blue says yes. Pretty intense push over here. In fact, super intense push in the north. Oh my God, he's pushing with trade to boost his gold income. But he can't trade through Strode's towers yet. Interesting. Schlumpf, who's maintaining he has no gold, says he can only help with Hussar, which is a smart Diplo move. You still help, but you don't spend gold on assisting, because it kind of benefits you for both red and yellow to take big losses here. Oh, Schlumpf actually said something to yellow there. You got that to the wrong person, but yellow I think is too busy. Signal in the north. Red sees this as blue, a large army. Like, I think he's kind of calling blue out for not helping. And if blue messes around too much, yellow and red might make up. Yellow might be like, hey, I'm sorry, red. And then blue might say, or red might say, blue's not helping me. Let's just ally again. I think blue needs to help with more, honestly. You need to help. You're adding your trade already. You need to help with more so red doesn't get suspicious. Damn, what a game. This has been great. Amazing game. What a fun event, guys. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. It means the world to me to have everyone else enjoying this, too, because it's such a unique way to play Age of Empires. And we talked about it the other day, too, about how this is just like a unique passion of mine as part of a unique passion, which is Age of Empires, right? But, like, this event spans back almost a decade now, and I've enjoyed it every single time. Schlumpf asking... I think he's not trying to ask yellow. I think he's trying to ask red. Do you have trebs? But I think he's getting the messages wrong. He thinks all of his messages are going to the other person. And Hussar's running around from yellow. Nice little bait there. Because he wants the ballistas to go in this way. But yellow still... He doesn't have gold. And he doesn't have food. Like, yeah, yellow's completely capped. It seems very likely that yellow will end up getting third place right now. Even though those ballistas look strong. And they will kill cav archers. That's the last group of ballista elephants for him. Amazing fight, though. My God. Blue's up here taking down the towers. He will have to take down the castles. Once he clears out Strode's, like, leftover towers, he can actually start to send trade. He only has... It's an interesting finish because he only has 4k gold and red still has 25k. And who's been more active in the fights this game? It's been red. Now, part of that's by design, but... Like, I don't think their elo's that different. I think their level's very similar. And Prince sees this and says, blue, go for red. I distract. Okay. A nice offer from yellow because there's an extra $25 in being second. He says, you can have my king after. By the way, yellow's reinforcements have been... They've been caught in the trees. There's been an overgrowth problem in the woods. And that's why he doesn't have all of his units there. Schlumpf responds. He says, money, where king? So I think he's asking yellow to ping the king. And yellow pings the wrong spot. And now red is going to yellow saying, what if you snipe blue? So yellow's going to be a pawn for both of them. Bro, they're pinging the wrong spot. Because in this case, yellow doesn't have the resources for treason.
Yes.
Question for Strode. Strode, who's watching. Strode, earlier in the game, like hours ago, you signaled a tower or a castle where the king was not. Was that intentional so blue would start a war and like mess up and not get the snipe? Or was that a mistake? Because there, Strode was filthy rich. So I kind of assumed Strode did it intentionally. In this case, yellow just doesn't have money, so he's just like guessing. And he's trying himself. So Blue's trade should be running very soon. Yep, he took down the castle, so the trade will run. Red's trade is also running, by the way. Let's not act like he has no trade. He's running to Purple's market. Yellow will die, and Blue and Red are working together here. Guys, I'd like to direct your attention to the top. Blue is 2 snipes. Red is 2 snipes. If you get 3, you are usually in the sniper's final. If you get 2, it's a maybe. So this next snipe probably guarantees an extra game. And it also, of course, depends on like who wins, right? Imagine someone gets this snipe against yellow and then they win, and then the other guy doesn't make the sniper's final or the grand final. It would be really unfortunate for them. I'd like to see red and blue play again. I think they both bring different dynamics. But yeah, that could be huge. What if you snipe blue? 25 nice ones. We are doing it once again, blue. Yeah, so red is trying to convince yellow to try stuff. Yellow has no res. Yellow actually can't do anything. I think this is yellow's sniping attempt. He deleted his castle so he can go run. So there's his freed up army now. Okay, Strode said that was a mistake. Okay, thank you, Strode. So he did not intentionally misguide blue earlier. Blue says, this is funny. Red says, thanks, Blue, watching you, winky face. They know. It's no secret. Neither player could trust the other one fully. And Blue's trying to be nice, asking about building here, even though this could build the siege weapons, which would take him down. It's going to take a while. I mean, Yellow's king is in that corner, so they got time. But they're just explaining it. King is like, hey, actually, you don't need siege there, so maybe, like, get rid of those siege workshops. I've got it. Don't build siege there, please. Blue's trade kind of just standing up here still, which is interesting. And hold up a sec. Is he buying stone right now? It kind of looks like he might want to buy stone. I don't know if he has the money for that, but those vills are looking awfully suspicious. Because it's 40 vil, usually like 45 vills to build a wonder. It might be too late for that. But I guess that, like, I don't know if he can buy it. Let's turn market events on. I don't think he actually has the gold to buy 1,000 stone. It's too expensive. Yeah, there's no way. The prices are too much. But I guess maybe you sell some food. King is moving up there. Maybe just for a castle? Vills are just walking, standing, doing stuff. Red trebbing. Yellow speaks, says, who wants my king? And Prince says, hey, Prince, can you ping blue first? Prince is going to need gold for that. He can't spend the gold because he has no gold to research treason. So Prince needs to say, send me gold and I can. That's not a bad ask. And I think blue is also going to ask the same of red. Or like the same thing for red. Like they're both talking to yellow. Okay, Prince has no gold. Red should send the gold. Don't send 800 because then he can give the same thing to the enemy. Only send enough for one. Well, I guess it gives information for both, but... Okay, 400 gold. Yeah, don't send 800 because then he can do it again. Now yellow can do it. Guys, if you were yellow, who would you give the king to if you had to choose? Probably red, right? On one hand, red took down your wonder, but on the other hand, I feel like red you fought with for longer. I don't know. Okay, there's treason. And now they can signal. Or now yellow should be able to tell him. And these two are being really aggressive to try and get to this. Yellow is allied red. Red is not allied yellow. And there's the signal. And look, after hearing the treason noise, Schlump moved. Smart. If you hear the noise in game, you hear a very obvious noise. And so, I mean, he didn't move very far, but it's a smart move from Schlump to still shift, in my opinion. These vills are still standing, by the way. Kill him first, please, says Yellow. Yellow won second place. Bro, it's a little too late for that. It's a little too late for that. We were like right here already. King says I won't. I mean, they're both going to get extremely aggressive for this. Prince frowns. I want to see Prince try and make a desperate run for it. Yeah, look, look. You better be careful with those trebs, Red. Oh, no, you don't even need the trebs. The camel archers are going for it. Okay, Red. Red. That's your kill right there. That's your kill. He's like, wait a second. No, you don't. No, you don't. You got to get your cav archers closer, I think. Blue's just going for it with the cav archers. Look at Red's base. There I have. There's one blue trebuchet. We're back to the corner. Okay, what I would do is I'd stop attacking the tower with my cav archers, wait for the other guy to take it down with the cav archers, and then your cav archers get the first shot on the king. That's what Red just did. Red did a reset, I think. A reset with the patrol. He didn't right-click. And Red got it. Red got it. Blue took the tower. Red got it. There's two people left. I'm seeing market shenanigans on the left side. Salutes in chat for Prince. Easy money for Red. He might be in the sniper's final at the very least. But we have a 1v1 finish. So we just don't know. And look, the market rates are crazy. And now Blue goes for the wonder. So we were right. This will be our fourth wonder of the game. Arguments that Blue could have gone wonder with that whole, like, triple wonder situation. But I still think it's a good decision to do it here. What's weird is you have your whole base here. This is wide open. This is wide open. The other interesting tidbit, and Red's been a beast with this the whole game, is we've got cav archers checking the trade route and knows Blue's going to be trading that direction likely and will actually be in Blue's trade. Now, Blue's also in Red's trade seconds ago. So Red had trade and Red's trade had to stop. And actually, we missed a lot of stuff. Purple's markets got destroyed or deleted, so Red actually cannot trade unless he finds someone else's markets. Ironically, there's a blue market here. There's a lot happening. There's some really epic plays from both. And it could go either way. Dude, my chat is something else. I said at least 3, if there's not at least 3 wonders, I would gift subs. People doubted me when there was 0, with 4 people left, and I had the audacity to claim it would still happen. I get it right, like a badass, okay? And now a 4th one goes up, and you guys are going to say, well, 4 is more than 3. That's not what you said. I said at least 3, okay, chat? I said at least 3. Come on. A nice try. Everyone wants their subs. I get it, but golly, man. Stockpile's important now. And it's a weird one because Blue is extremely rich in the wrong resources. Lots of wood and lots of food. No gold, despite having some trade. And I don't know where the cav archers from Red went, to be honest. The wonder has completed. I think Blue, if he can just click the market fast enough, you could probably sell off a lot of that food and get enough gold to defend. And Berbers might be the better civ here, too. Where did those cav archers go? Did they die to this castle, maybe? I don't know where Red's cav archers went. I got too busy. It's a very tall wonder. Very similar to the wonder that Slumph had in the Regicide Rumble 6 finals that he lost at 2.9 years. 2.9 years. Yeah, I guess Blue went over there with camel archers. Honestly, like, 1400's a really good level, but there's far too many castles. There's far too many buildings. I actually think the safe play for Blue is to just play defense for this wonder. But you can keep trying, of course, to, like, you know, try and get the king snipe, get some extra money there. But we are 30 minutes past the schedule for when the second game was supposed to start. So to anyone who just got here, we will have a second game today. This has been the longest game of the event so far. And Red comes in, and Red will take down a castle, at least. And King says, this was a good one. A long one, though. And, oh my god. I was just camel archers there from Blue. But maybe a sign of things to come. Red's trade isn't really there, but Red's got 18k gold. Thing about Magyar Cav Archers is they're actually pretty good against Camel Archers compared to the average Cav Archer, because they still have the extra range and they have 1 extra attack. So I think it's a good combo. Blue's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 castles, and then Strode's wall and part of his own to keep this out. Can Blue do it? Yes or no, chat? Has the second game had players picked yet? No, it hasn't. And we will give a special rig to people who do not claim I need to gift subs after my amazing bet. Just kidding on that. But no, we will select the new players for the next game after this. I'll explain. Slump says, by the way, Red, I have spies. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah, I figured he probably spent 30k gold on that at one point. It's actually really smart in these games. I think Strode might have done the same. So he can actually see everything Red has, which is pretty awesome. And Red doesn't seem that intimidated. He's like, nice. But he's still speaking to Yellow, and Yellow's dead. So, talking to a dead person. T90 don't Camel Archers have bonus damage versus Cav Archers? Yeah, they do, but I mean, the Cav Archers for Magyars are so good that despite that, they're still okay. So, because you still have +1 range and you have +1 attack compared to normal Cav Archers. So, you could still do reasonably well. And mixing in a couple skirms with it is really nice too. And the Magyar Hustlers as well. And lots of Trebs. Yeah, if you want to play in the next game, this is the last community game we're having this Regicide Rumble. So, listen up. You need to be in the main Discord server. There's a link below the stream. You can use the ! Discord on Twitch. YouTube, you can go to discord.gg/T90official if you're not already in the server. You got to be in there, and then I explain the rest. It's pretty simple from there. You just got to hope for the best, because we'll have hundreds of people try and enter. Oh, God, Red, your trebuchets. There's so much to manage right now. Red, your trebuchets. Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness. Well, that's huge for Blue. It's just such a big map, and there was an attack from Blue on this side. Yeah, it doesn't matter your elo. If you're subscribed to the stream, and thank you so much everyone who has, you get extra entries via the bots. And so it like automatically gives you extra entries. But anyone can play. You just have to have the game on Steam. You can't have the game on any other platform. I don't know. I think Red can do it. Red's like paranoid about this. Schlumpf, it says, at T90, do I get 25 bucks if I win with Wonder, or do I need to kill him? Okay, well, Schlumpf can't listen to the stream. So he's creating conversation right now. You don't get... If he wins with a Wonder and Red's king is still alive when the game ends, there's no payout for that king. So, that's how that works. He says, maybe Arbase can text me answer. All right, Arbase is the admin. Arbase, go for it, I guess. Message Slump. Let him know. I don't care. Actually, Arbase, message him and tell him there's petards hiding behind his Wonder. And that he has to delete the Wonder to see it. See if he falls for it. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that. Don't do that. That'd be so funny, though. It's like, what? Petards? Where? Boom. Deletes the Wonder. That'd be so funny. Yeah, see, the Cav Archer match just wasn't here. And this was such a tiny little push that he probably panicked, right? But it's not really going to do much. Sorry, I got distracted. Do you guys think Blue wins or not? I think if Blue doesn't... I think he does. I think he does. I think Red's push pretty slow, all things considered. But this is the first time that Red's actually going for like a big commit. It's just Red has a really bad relationship with trebuchets. It's just... When I watch these trebs, I just cringe every time. They're just rolling over this way with no protection. And Blue is spies, so Blue can see every action. So Blue can, like, see sneaky trebs. Maybe Red didn't think that was an honest claim by Blue, because getting spies is pretty expensive and ridiculous. But, like, those trebs are never going to get a chance to sneak in there against that Wonder. Our base says they're like 10 minutes ahead of us, so I don't think it'll help. Yeah, that's true. There's a pretty large spec delay. I was late getting into the game. There's a lot of factors here, so... Yep, and the Trebs get spotted. So now Red's going to be like, oh, okay, so he does actually have spies. He wasn't lying. Blue does the right thing as well, especially with the Magrabi Camel upgrade where your units regen. Just back up. Like, there's no need to take any engagements beyond these castles. This greedy guy, bro. He wants the money. I mean, that's what it's about. But he's already in line to get a win. And he also wants to kill the king. And to be fair, he's got a giant distraction in the north. So, usually people get so focused on the wonder they forget about their kings. That'd be pretty epic for blue if he can do that. Red does have 100 army, though. 60 of that is Halbs. And he's... Oh, my God. Blue's military is down here, bro! Blue! I was about to call you a genius. But all his military production is down here. This better work, then. This better work. Because Red is actually coming in with Trebs. You can run past here. The gate might be opened or something. And you can take the wonder. Like, here goes Blue with the bombard cannons. Will Red notice this? That's not the king. Okay? It looks like it could be. It is in the castle. He's just going to take every tower. Yo, Blue's panicking right now. Blue is panicking big time. These Cav Archers did way more than he was expecting, and Red is here. Red is going to snipe the bombard cannons too. No, Schlumpf. Look, he deleted his trade cart there because he didn't want... I think he wants pop space or something. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Red's got so many Trebs. Red, notice your base. Red is looking here right now, and he won't look anywhere else. Blue is looking here, and he won't look anywhere else. The castle with the king is being attacked. The rally point for that castle is probably set forward into the battle. That's where I would expect that king to go. Blue's going to take the tower first. There's an army that's going to chase. The army has to be here. Blue also has to defend the wonder. The gate's going to go down. If the Trebs ever hit anything, the bombard cannons are still attacking the castle. It's super low HP. Here comes Blue with the big army. Red's going to click onto that wonder. He'll probably take the wonder. The king is out. The king is gone here. Red, you got to notice that. But I doubt he's looking. I don't think he's paying attention to that. Where's it going? He noticed. He noticed. He noticed. It's in the castle. He has to snipe the siege. The castle does it. The castle actually snipes the siege. The Magyar Hussar will take the bombard cannon. He survives. The Trebs are moving to the wonder. This is crazy, bro. Can the Trebs find a spot to take the wonder? Can Red survive? What a finish here. Crazy finish. And Red will hold. And the bombard cannons will get sniped. And the Trebs will take the wonder. No way, dude. He got greedy. If he defended the wonder with everything, he probably wins. We don't know, of course. He probably wins, but he wanted the $25 for the king snipe, and he wanted to win. The wonder falls. It's still a game here, guys. And it's still anyone's game, but now we don't have like a wonder countdown to work with. But Blue doesn't have a lot of working trade anymore. Granted, a lot of trade has been saved. They both have lots of food and wood. Red does have the Trebs to make some progress on Blue's base. Honestly, King has played an incredible game. We know Schlumpf. Schlumpf's got a name for himself. But the rigging gods rigging in King here today has brought us an exceptional player. We are 4 hours into this game. And let's see if Red's Trebs can make progress here, because a lot of skirms become an issue if you're playing only Halb and Cav Archers. Oh my God, Blue's king. Blue's king. Red is selling out for the kill, and well, the Trebs go down, and he needs to run away. Blue will hold as well. They both must be so exhausted. He tried to send it. He was like, "Oh, Trebs on the castle," and then some of the Trebs got stuck. And oh God. Yikes. Well, Both players slightly ambitious. And King realizes his settings were wrong, and he says, oh, I wasn't talking to you. Long game. And Schlumpf laughs. Shall we speed it up? Blue's like, what were you saying? I mean, the longer the game goes, the payouts are not going to look too good for the dollars per hour, you know? I like how he just leaves his army here. He just lets it die. It feels nice to have a friend. They're just going to chat. Blue is trading again. Only 11 trade. And red has 11k gold with 0 trade. So it is, in my mind, even. I don't know what red's suggestion is on speeding it up. Some people in these slogs will try and make a deal. And do, like, some type of duel. Like trebuchets or something. But, like, honestly, it's Regicide Rumble, man. I think you just got to fight it out. And I think if you're red, you got to dig deep. And I think you got to trade again. Just trade to purple right here. Trade to somebody. Like, yellow has got markets. You have to remember trade. And you probably got to clear up blue's buildings first, to be honest. Because you can't have blue. Blue attacking you on both sides is just an absolute thorn in your side. Got to deal with that. Yeah, I think red had the ingredients. If red can just replicate that same scenario, do the same thing again, and instead of move onto the wonder, move onto the main base, it's still a problem for blue if blue is, like, split up on both sides, maybe. Let's see how honest they are right now. Schlump says, how are resources looking? And red says, honest count? What, are you implying you guys weren't being honest? This is funny. He says, 45k wood, 68k food, 5k gold. Let's see if Schlump is honest now. You?
Focus on training warships.
75k. Accurate.
Focus on training warships.
73k, slightly accurate. 20 gold, but that might make him think it's 20k. But I'd be like, wait, 20 or 20k? If I'm red, I assume we're talking thousands. It's pretty smart from him not to say 0. Calculated honesty. Damn, calculated honesty, the best type of honesty. Also, red's at 190 military. Where are the trebs, though? Oh, God, the trebs are in Q. Rams are in Q as well, but the trebs being in Q really hurts because he's got all this army at the doorstep, and he can't do anything with it. Great game. Great game. I mean, the Rams are on the way. And I think 180 Magyar army beats 100 Berber army every day of the week. Especially if 100 Berber army is just skirmishers. And red, guys, like red did this at the start of the game. Red knows he's probably going to trade and he's going to go sit in the trade room. I don't think Schlumpf is used to people realizing he's rebooming with the trade. Really sneaky. Blue keeps running into this castle, just, you know, forgetting about these units. We'll probably lose these buildings. Rams are slowly on the way forward. Some of them are going to get found. And King has a new plan, a new strategy. He says, let's just agree that top score wins. All right. Well, that's an interesting proposal from the player who is currently top scorer and would get $100 and then move into the final. I'm going to guess that blue does not like that deal, and blue says no. Worth a shot, you know? Worth a shot. Sunnyflower, thanks for gifting us up. Kat, thank you. Yvonne, thank you. Finrod, thank you. Those who are watching their first Regicide Rumble live right now, drop a smiley face in YouTube chat or Twitch chat, because I wanted to prove to people how sick this is. Every single one is so good, man. Yeah, lots of smiles. Thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Schlumpf can't get his trade back up. King still has lots of res to spend. King is coming with a line of rams. This might be King's game, despite the wonder fail. There is this siege workshop, though, which is still producing some siege. And maybe that's the last chance for Schlumpf. I think Schlumpf needs, like, to spend the food more. Schlump's got all this food and wood, but we don't have a lot of stables to spam hussars. I think you just need, like, pure spam. That's what red is relying on right now. Naggers, don't get siege ram, though. Cap rams are pretty damn slow at taking down buildings. Here come the rams, though. You got to do something about this. And there he goes. Now, last time, red just went full send underneath multiple castles. Actually, that's okay. Yeah, if you have the hussars there for the skirms, that's completely fine. I don't mind that. Tell me that red is still paying attention here, though. Blue's clearly not. That's good positioning from blue. That is perfect skirmisher positioning. The castles are mowing down everything. Blue's castles right now, 200 kills. But this one will fall. The rams still haven't been taken out. The next one will likely fall. And the castle's still not that far away. Red! Ugh, dude, you just gotta stay back a little bit, my friend. You might actually think the king is in that tower. Oh, man, I think he needs to keep his units back where he had them. And then you're staying out of 2 more of these castles' range. Oh, God. Oh, that's such a costly loss. Such a costly loss at this stage. The gold count for red is down to 3K now. Red's coming in with more reinforcements. Blue is losing all the camel archers over here. So red has noticed that. But blue will hold. And still has 4 castles. Still has camel archers. Still has resources. Still can add more trade eventually. This doesn't necessarily matter for blue as long as blue holds. I mean, in a way it matters because, like, you don't want to lose res of your blue either. Blue is more overall resources banked. Has more wood and actually has, like, working economy. Red does not. But red has more population space to consistently add army and can go again. And again. And again. And again. And look at the spam of red units running to the front lines. Right when you think it's over, they turn it around in this game. But red, please have some support for your siege. Look at how many skirms and hussars and halbs are going forward. Some of the halbs are going to stay at home now. Yeah, I think playing halb skirm is great here. Neither civ is, like, good champions. Save your gold for siege at this point. Blue's going to try and build back up at the same time. Yeah, halb's going here. I think, really, if red just deals with this, there's less of a headache and a worry, and you can always send everything forward. Just like this got dealt with earlier. Red forgot about those units, but... My goodness. So many units from red. Yeah, trebs are the key. Like, rams, if you have siege ram, I don't mind it. But, like, trebs will melt a castle so much faster, and you can sit back. You don't just go underneath the castles like that. Yeah, blue's going to lose this. I think red's going to win this game. Remember, critically, red has 3 king snipes. So if red loses this game, red will play in the snipers final likely on Sunday. But if red wins this game and blue only has 2 king snipes, I mean, blue could still make the snipers final. There might be a voting council, and I would put blue pretty high up there, but we just don't know. Now, the issue with this army of full skirms is if blue adds hussars, that the skirms don't do very well. So you also need some of your own hussars, or you need to have some halbs in there. The halbs are back at home. Here come the trebuchets. I think blue might be pop capped. Is blue housed? Blue can't produce out of these stables. Kind of feels like blue is housed. Yo, Teddy, thanks for the prime. If there's anyone else on Twitch who has prime, double check. Make sure, see if you got a sub, man. I don't know if the emotes are a great selling point for you, but we got the easy money. We got all the other emotes chat's been using, and the support would mean a lot. That's a castle that will go down. And it's an army of camel archers, which can't do much against these skirmishers right now. Castle goes down. There's only 3 now. Blue still can't push on the sides. There's no threat there anymore. Hussars are coming in. Okay, army that was in other areas of the map coming through now. Everyone's getting a call about this. Everyone in the kingdom. Red's still spamming units forward, but you gotta have the ratios right. If it's only skirm, I think it becomes problematic against hussars. Look at blue's unit queue now in these stables. Does feel like blue got housed, right? Like blue built houses somewhere, like down here. I don't know, but it felt like blue got housed. Blue's building up again there. Yeah, too many skirms. And like lots of hussars coming. Red might need to regroup for a second. I think you regroup, you repop up, you get everything here, and then you go. Or maybe waiting is a problem. I don't know. Okay, reasonable enough to get the trebs in position. Some of them are bumping. Does red see this? Red can see that, yeah. Red sees that because of purple's buildings and still being allied to purple, so that won't work, which is really bad for blue. That's been blue's strategy. And I think red might lose all the army here, but I think blue will lose another castle, which leaves blue with 2 remaining. Red completely misclicks those skirmishers, so a big waste of skirms, but still castle goes down. Red probably looking here. Blue is trying again to get that king, which is in that castle. And now red's attention will be split. And now red's trebuchets get sniped, and blue still holds. King... Let's just count the amount of HP remaining with castles. 10.2k HP for blue. 7k for red. I guess technically blue's got a castle down here. But we're not counting that in this situation. Also, when you set all your rally points for all your buildings forward, and this happens, you might have an oops moment. So, I mean, Schlumpf is... I like the side pressure. It's expensive, but he still had the trade. And red is struggling with the ratios, right? Like, skirmishers were good when there weren't any hussars. The hussars are good when there weren't any camel archers. But, okay, that's better. Some skirms will get some good trades there. Blue's looking over here. Will red notice this? It's actually smart from blue to take down all fortifications and just be slow about it now. Like, this is not a sneaky game anymore. You got to take every tower you can. Red's been doing the same with the castles. Resource update. No golden come for red. There was 34 trade for blue. So blue has more golden come. Red sees this. Blue has spies. So blue knows exactly what red sees. And so blue backs away and waits and still holds. And can probably look here and look to see if there's trebs. Okay, this is the last wave of trebs. Blue's coming from the left as well. Oh my god. Oh, we got bombard cannons on the left. We got some army on the right, and then we got the hold from blue here. First time in a while, blue's had even army count. Schlumpf is just like, had to just be in a bunch of different spots. Okay, I think red is going full send right now. Red is abandoning his base with everything. But you're king, my friend. Don't forget about your king. Don't forget about your king. He says, do I still have my CA in your castle, or did you kill them? Buddy, you're king. He says, I think we're at a stalemate, though. Buddy, you're king. You're king. You're dead. He says, maybe not. Schlumpf gets the job done. He will be in another Regicide final. It was not as clear-cut as his first game at Regicide Rumble 6. Remember, he was at 2.9 years in Regicide Rumble 6 finals with the pros and everything. He will be a force. And this was just such an excellent game from both of these two. Amazing from both of them. I think people who maybe wanted red to win will be a little disappointed, but this was an exhausting game. Blue did a better job at getting the trade up. Blue did a really good job at like pestering with the side armies, man. Like every time I thought he was cleared up, he would come right back with something. He was like a full cockroach about it. You just could never fully eradicate him. And Schlumpf ends up getting 3 king snipes. He gets first place. He'll be in the final. Odds are very good that King will also be in the snipers final because King ended up getting 3 king snipes this game. It was an epic game. And what was really cool to me was that, like, everyone knew in the north, Strode and Schlumpf knew what it was going to turn into. Like, they could have predicted it was a wonder race, but they didn't talk about it amongst each other for a while. They acted like it wasn't an issue, and then it became an issue way longer in the game. It's really cool. I think it was a good call from Yellow to go for a Wonder, Red to go for a Wonder. The game's been so long, we've kind of forgotten some of these players, but it was a classic Regicide game. Well played to everyone. Thank you so much. This is such a grind. We got King gifting subs now. Nice. Thank you, King, for gifting the subs. You'll obviously be getting some money to be able to pay for those subs. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, here's the KD. So many players with over 1,000 kills, but like King was active majority of that game. Schlump became very active at the last half of that game. Over 2,000 kills for both of them. The economy was always going to be key. Strode brought in so much gold, all because he wanted to 1v4 and win with the Wonder. But he bought so much stone with that, which isn't factored in here. Actually, it's actually shown here, like what was bought and whatnot. And yeah, he wasn't able to do it. Everyone had to rally together, work together to eventually finish him off. I thought Strode's tactics were very interesting. Strode earned $0 in this game, right? Yeah, Strode got $0, but would Chad agree that Strode was very interesting? I thought it was really cool. We all knew what he was going to do. I don't know if all the players in game realized, but like we knew what the storyline was going to be. We knew it was going to be tough to stop. And he made the game very interesting because it was just, I don't know. It was always something looming in the background. We knew it was going to turn at a certain stage. So community is going to vote here, guys. You get to dish out another $25 to any player of your choice. In a moment here, there will be a poll showing up on screen, and you just need to type the number associated with the player. 2 minutes, and you can vote on your favorite. This is giving free money, extra money to somebody. Feels bad for Lightning. Yeah, feels bad for Lightning. Feels bad for a lot of people here, man. Like, this wasn't exactly the greatest of experiences for every player. Because they got sniped. But that's just how it goes. You know, that's Regicide Rumble. Everyone knows how brutal it's going to be. I'm getting the memes together here, by the way. We've been given the best memes from the mods. It's Strode that will get the extra 25 with the community votes. And let me try and... I don't know if I could show this one meme because I'm pretty sure some dude is doing drugs. I think I'll skip that one because I don't want to get banned. Now I'm sure everyone wants to see it, but we're gonna skip that meme, and we've got like 12 more. So I think it's a great meme, but I'm just like being ultra protective with the channel here. Regicide Rumble cannot go on if the channel is not available to stream on. So knowing Twitch, they would finally pay attention to my channel if we did that. All right, so let's look at the memes here. All right, I said before that no memes should be allowed that made fun of me. And what do we have as the very first meme? It's making fun of me. Prince, thank you so much for the gifted subs, dude. You had an amazing game. I hope you had a great time. That's insane. Dodges and some love in chat, especially if you got an emote. Or, sorry, a sub from Prince. Yeah, so I didn't have my game updated. It's my bad. This ended up being fine in the end. First game spawns with no food. Guess I will eat dirt. Yeah, this is what they had to do in Dark Age. I guess it wasn't that big a deal. It's way better than the map not spawning with gold or something. This is T-West. I think I forgot something. If you forgot, then it wasn't important. Yeah, you're right. Food. Yeah. I mean, again, not that big a deal. T-West did make the maps, so I'm going to blame him for that. Ended up being a happy little accident. Regicide Rumble, 7 players making their trade routes on Glade, August 2026. Dude, it looked rough for a while. We had like 5 separate people trying to cut a path, but none of the paths were connected. It was like weaving through the middle of the map. It was weird. Eventually, there was kind of the established trade routes on the edge of the map, but it took some time. These memes are awesome. Schlumpf and Strode watching everyone else descend into war. Dude, this is exactly what it was. And again, what I thought was so cool about it is they didn't go to each other and say, hey, let's just like chill and we'll fight later on. Like, that's normally what happens. Normally, the two people sit up in their booth and they watch, and they're like, hey, let's just let them descend into chaos. Later on, we'll figure this out. They didn't even need to voice it, which is why it's so good that Strode got some money here, because they're both so good and so experienced. They just knew. They just knew. They didn't even need to make it a deal. Schlumpf did tell some other people, like he'll probably wonder, but that was it. Strode and Schlumpf, T90 in chat. Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah, that seems about right. And then all the others, you need to have like poor orange and yellow and gray and everyone else elsewhere. Schlumpf. And then where is purple's king? Purple, purple, purple. Oh, wait, that was... so much of the game happened. Purple didn't die to Schlumpf though, right? Purple died to red because red saw it. No? Oh, are you saying... Oh, yeah, because he sniped... You're saying he sniped teal? Honestly, I forget. It's been so long. It's teal asking where is purple's king. Yeah. Okay. The color was actually throwing me off a little bit. I couldn't tell if it was gray or teal. I see 3 wonders, T90. Chat, I called that in Castle Age. I just like to point that out. I just like to remind the world that before anyone with wonder resources... Okay, there were 4 wonders. I said a minimum of 3. And then don't try and take this away from me, because there were 4 people left, and then chat was like, T90, it's never going to happen. And then I still was resolute in the fact it was going to happen. I'm okay with gifting subs, but in this instance, I feel like I won the bet. I didn't win anything except for a bunch of people making fun of me, but hello? Echo. Delete the wonder. That was a good call out from a chatter there. I was actually I got very proud of my ability to predict the games. And when the chatter said that, and then it immediately happened, I was like, oof, damn. I got a little jealous there for a second. So that was a good call out. Yellow sending all his ballista elephants to help. What the hell is this? I couldn't tell if Yellow was intentionally sending, and we got to be careful because Prince just gifted a bunch of subs. All right. So I say this with love. I couldn't tell if Yellow was intentionally leaving elephants at home, or if Yellow just had too much going on and just missed some of the elephants. Eventually, Yellow sent everything forward, and then Yellow died and lost the wonder. So, okay, Prince says I intentionally left elephants at home. Okay, well, that's good because, like, I was making fun of it. Why is this so funny? Why is this so funny? Red positioned his Rams perfectly. It was a great call, and I got to give a lot of respect to Red because he got the timing right. A lot of people move on Yellow too early, and then Yellow can't help with taking down Strode, and then Strode wins, and everyone calls Red an idiot. That was a good timing from Red. Very good. Red's wonder gets destroyed immediately. Next time, let's try another spot. Oh, no. I actually forgot about Red's wonder until this moment. That was so funny, dude. It went down so fast. Like, he had the master plan, and then when it came time to looking at Red's wonder to see, like, what is he going to do with it, there's, like, no walls. It's not in between castles. It was, It was a panic wonder because he was third to the race. Oh, my God. And then he gets second place, too. Yeah, Prince just, like, full sent it after that, too. He was mad. Green, you are a gentleman, kind sir. Blue, and you are my forever friend. That's not like fully clicking for me, to be honest. Everyone's laughing. I'm sitting here awkward. They're washing their hands because they're filthy liars, or what? Because they're BSing. They washed their hands of each other because they didn't trust each other? Oh, okay. All right. We got there. King, I started building my wonder right after Strode and Prince. I helped kill Strode and snipe Prince's wonder. I leave my wonder to die. Oh, dude. Brutal. So brutal. And it's funny because we didn't even... Like, he didn't realize that his wonder was crap. We didn't realize his wonder was crap until it mattered. We just thought he was a beast the whole time. Until everyone looked at it and we're like, oh, shoot. Schlump, I think I forgot something. King, if you forgot, then it wasn't important. Schlump, yeah, you're right. Yeah, the wonder. Oh, man. I mean, ultimately, Schlump got a little lucky because he got his snipe anyways. But he really wanted that king snipe and to win, and he took a risk. He could have just camped with the wonder. I give Schlump a lot of respect for that. Because one's in chat, if you would have just camped to win the game and taken no risks. I think everyone can type a 1. Like, everyone would have just been like, no, no risk. We don't even need the extra 25. Let's just win. Let's just, like, that was high respect to go for that. King's messages going going to Yellow, who he killed. He's like, oh, man, what a slog this game is, eh, pal? Yellow's like, Yellow can't disagree. He's not alive. Oh, my God. That's a good one. That might be the best one. Betray Green. Take down Yellow. Destroy Red's wonder. Build a wonder. Schlumpf wicked game plan. Forget to defend. I skipped around. Schlump's wicked game plan is to betray Green, take down Yellow, destroy Red's wonder, build a wonder, and then forget to defend it. That's funny. That's a good, dude, that's a good meme format. Oh my God, I've never seen that. We got one more. Please tell me it's super official game stats. Yeah, super official game stats. Presented to you by ThreatLocker. Exclamation mark ThreatLocker in chat. All right, wonders. You can see the count went up at a certain point. Schlumpf treachery. Up and down throughout the entire game. Strode stone. Rising until he spends it all. King wonder placement IQ. Is the coloring's a little off here. Well, it just hits 0 at a certain point. Price of stone and market. Rising the entire game off the screen. Elephantos. Solid population and then dipping. T90 potential gift subs. High and then to 0. I like that. Thank you. And then trade route organization started very, very low. Went up, went down, went back up, went down, went up, went way down again, went up and down, and then just a mess. An absolute mess. If only Age of Empires 2 could have stats that were as detailed and as sophisticated as this, we would be so lucky. A great game. My recording is 2 hours and 54 minutes. That is like my recording time. I don't know if there were delays in there, but that is going to be a super, super long video. I hope people enjoy the video. That's crazy, dude.